the guarantee. With your glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my car see it can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no brakes. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no days. Fuck around and end up going. You getting this place. You ain't need the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game. I storm like rains mixtape. Thankfully, I pick up the smoke like Bob mixtape. Chatting shit. I'm about to make the grilled cheese. Niggas be taking and bad bitches with good needs. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough. You need the whole team. I've been the chief since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it apart so real niggas look up to me. This your boy shit get crazy. When it's sick of me, I'm popping out these dumb bars till they sick of me. Can't get rid of me. Still can't find a remedy. Still pour. If it comes to innocence, on my shit independently. When I go out, when I let my take extremities, I can see what you're doing transparency. How they stop me staying low, insecurities. Now or never like, push the guarantee. What's the recipe? Can't help but flexibility. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Can't take my story, gotta live it. Critics got my back, yeah, you can copy that. With the truth to see, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Put fire on the track, now it's broken. Put your boys in, you a top kid. Add first 100 mil, double let's go. Getting money, let it show. Back, nigga, how we get the dough. Paper that we probably gotta go. Look at boy shit, nigga, let's go. Getting money, let it show. Back, nigga, how we get the dough. Paper that we probably gotta go. Let's go. Blow sick around the jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining kings under pressure. West side fat judge, I'm too more to measure. Shake the edges, that's the start of being street. When I talk, with the blood flowing free. Most of gang is home. Read between the lines. It was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Dated on to real firm, gully mountain shit. Shot turning the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless peaches. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Non-stop. Take over with my time side. I get right to it. My nigga, we play your part. We put niggas back in boxes. It ain't easy. My family retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow bell. We all made it to the pro. This is how the mellow show. We better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot. Then you know that the beat is clean. With the magazine, I'm so heavy. Trying to get shot. No dark season. Sleep before I came to now they can't be. I pulled the jokers out the day. You ain't no laughing. CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan out me on my chick. Something about the VDS when the sun is hitting. Shit be flashing like the lights when you let's go. On the hustle, getting money, let it show. Automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the paper, then we probably gotta go. Look at boy shit, nigga, let's go. On the hustle, getting money, let it show. Automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Paper, then we probably gotta go. Let's go. Yeah. Look. You already know, man. It's your brother and your brother, Virgil Berry, aka Stacks with the Facts. You dig? Tapping in. XL Pro, what's happening, man? Man, I'm up here in my city, man. Y'all know it's this big snowstorm, and my city is getting hit. I know a lot of y'all cities probably is getting smacked with this snowstorm too. You understand me? Out here in my city of Columbus, Ohio, in Franklin County, it is absolutely a level 3 snowstorm. That means nobody, unless you emergency crews, is supposed to be out there driving. And if you do go out there, you risk getting booked. You know?
So yeah, we got that going on, man. Everybody listen, man, if you being affected by this snowstorm, be safe, be smart, and just make sure if you happen to have to go out for any dire reason, make sure you take some water with you. You take, some trail mix or something like that. Make sure you got, what I'm saying, a backup battery or something, in this cold, what I'm saying, if you're out here in cold weather like this, man, sometimes your phone won't charge properly, you know what I'm talking about? So I would suggest that, Mayor Ginther is on the news right now, you know what I'm talking about?
Regional cooperation partnership. The mayor for a while, I think this region is working closer together.
We got 92 trucks in my city out on the streets and freeways getting it in.
Folks are working together to help each other out. Can I just to add to the partnership, that not only does that extend with the regional partners, but again, this auxiliary staff that has really helped us get into 90% of twos. Those are men and women.
What it's looking like out there in your area, XL Pro, man. My brother XL Pro, what's happening? True by myself, what's happening?
They sent us another 8 to 10 trucks today alone, so they're helping to prioritize streets for us. So that's a huge thank you.
92 city crews are out on the roads as we speak.
Our fleet team has been in our garage and staffing their fleet facility.
It look crazy, man.
With us since
that's a dope ass picture though, right there of the city. I'm telling y'all, man, be safe out here, man. Y'all be safe out here if y'all, for any reason, gotta, 12 inches of snow is crazy. But it's not like that hard, compact. It's the soft, fluffy stuff. So it's piled up. It's easy to move around. That's why I think it's good that the trucks just get out there right now. You know what I'm saying? While it's not really snowing all like that. And clear as much as they can. Throw some salt down, you know what I'm talking about? And, you know what I mean? We ain't had a winter storm like this. And I can say last time I remember being snow like this was like, 2008? Yeah, 2008, I want to say. Yeah, man. Yeah, 2008, man. Snowstorm like this. So, yeah, y'all be careful out there, man. Don't be sitting up there, you know what I'm saying, doing unnecessary stuff. Trying to go out there, you know what I'm saying? You got to go stock up on all your stuff, man. You know what I'm talking about? Beforehand, you got to get all your shells and get all your alcohol and your foods and water and all that. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, XL Pro said it rained yesterday. Cold and windy, no snow. That's what's up, man. It's 12 inches of snow out here in my city, XL Pro, man. I'm sitting out here, man, like, I went to work yesterday. When I left out to go to work, it was a level 1. It was cool. I mean, when I say it was cool, I mean, it was drivable in. I'm from out this way. I'm used to this type of snow, but as I was going to work, it raised from a level 1 to a level 2. And while I was at work, it went from level 2 to level 3. And I'm saying, when I was leaving work yesterday, boy, listen here, man. It was wild. I'm going to just say that. It was wild. But we here right now, though. The weather ain't going to stop nothing. We like the mailmen, you know what I'm saying? We like the USPS, man. Rain, sleet, hell, snow. We're going to get this content in. You understand what I'm saying, man? So tap in and walk with us, man. You did. This situation right here, the plot just keeps thickening. You know what I'm talking about? It's a wild situation, man. You know what I mean? All I'm gonna say is, man, it's content. So anybody out there saying any type of like goofy stuff, listen, man, we content creators. Of course, we're going to talk about this. Is there more important stuff to be talking about? Yes. And we're going to be discussing that later on tonight. You know what I'm talking about? We absolutely, over here at A Real Talk Podcast, we're going to talk about some very serious stuff tonight. Very serious situation tonight. All right? Various situation we're going to be discussing tonight. You did? This is what we're going to be discussing tonight, because that's very serious. Right? So, but the times we living in, man, we got to sit up there and mix it up. And like I say, as content creators, it's our responsibility, our duty. I would even dare say obligation to sit up here and talk about this stuff. Now, listen, and I'm not really about to really too much talk about the situation between Corey and Anton. I mean, it's a trending topic. I think we got another week or two at tops, most, and it's going to be, done and over with. But I'm speaking today from a perspective using Anton as a template, though, not specifically talking about him in general, or us specifically, but I'm talking about using him as a focal point for what I'm talking about. And y'all see the name of the show is Can Money Unlame a Lame? And I think we can all collectively say and agree right now, no. Absolutely not. When has money ever been able to make a naturally corny lame, as my brethren Red would say, a game goofy Gilligan, a straight square from Delaware? I'm talking about a super saiyan son ass Negro. There's no amount of money you could ever acquire, amass, you understand me, make in your life to take that lame up off you, man. Now there's some things you can do, right, to you know what I mean, get rid of that lame ass spirit that you got residing and abiding with you. But at the same time, though, man, it's such a what's the word I want to use, man? It's such a lingering spirit. It's such a it's such a I don't want to say confusing. It's such a cunning. That's a good word for it. It's such a cunning spirit. My man Chris, what's happening with you, man? Yeah, I mean, come on, y'all, man. Let's keep it 100, y'all. Like I said, this ain't even specifically or directly about Anton as an individual. I done discussed Anton before. We all done it. I'm not really talking about him specifically here. I'm sitting here talking about the behavior, the mindset, the ideology, right? You already know, Chris, man. You already know, man. Happy New Year to you, brother. Hopefully, if you anywhere where this snowstorm is hitting, man, you're safe and you're warm and your family, friends, and loved ones is too, brother. Do not go outside, man. It's a level 3 down near over my whole state of Ohio, man. You know what I'm talking about? Do not go outside, man, if you don't have to. If it's not dire life, stay in the sun. But yeah, though, man. Uh, and this is universal, and this is the things that I be focusing on when it comes to our community as a collective FBA community across America. This is a spirit that we are all well too familiar with. We all know that goofy, corny, lame ass dude who we grew up with. And it was not just one, it's a whole bunch. Man, we know a lot of guys like this. Yeah, see, y'all out there in LA, y'all good to go, man. It's wild out here, man. Listen, it's crazy. Right? But remember I told y'all, man, we're gonna talk about this too later. But like I said, I'm more or less addressing the mindset, right? And that's what we're gonna talk about today. But we're gonna use Anton as a focal point because being that, you know what I'm saying, this situation between him and Corey is going on, what better time to talk about it? And this is something that I think we really need to address in our community because it seems, right, that most of the Anton type guys, nerds, lames, and nerd don't necessarily mean that you like smart. And I think a lot of people get that confused. Being a nerd don't necessarily mean you're smart. You could be a goofy dumbass dude, but still be a nerd. You understand what I'm saying, man? So when we're talking about can money unlame a lame, no. Put a number 11 in the chat if you think that no, money can't unlame a lame. Put a number 12 in the chat if you think you could be a lame ass dude, lame ass chick, and you think somehow or you get a very lucrative financial situation, you think that will unlame you? I think most people would say 11, right? Put a number 11 in. So you think people can be unlamed? That's a whole nother question. The thing is, can money unlame you? And no, I'm gonna have to say no. In my life experience, no. And money only increases, enhances, exacerbates, amplifies that which is already in you. Right? Now, has there been an altercation where somebody was lame as hell and they started getting money, and as a result of them starting to get some bread, they was no longer lame? I would say, yeah. I'm pretty sure that has happened somewhere in life before. I mean, it's a rarity though. Damn near non-existent. For the most part, there's no amount of money that you could acquire that could unlame your lame ass. Because when you're a lame ass person, it's in you. Just like when you a gamed up, charismatic, magnetic person like myself, it's in you, man. This ain't something that I put on and before I go live, I'll be like, okay, in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, like I'm gonna say this like this. And nah, man. It gotta be in you, not on you, Jack. That's what my old heads taught me when I was a young mustache. So, you know what I mean? Charismatic magneticism got to be in you, man. Now, can it be developed? Right? Do we all at some point have a level of charismatic magnetism to us? I'm going to say yes. You want to know why I say that? Because we all are creations of the Most High God, Yeshua HaMashiach, which is what I believe and know to be true. So, with that being said, of course, we all have the ability, right? But once that demonic lame spirit is residing and abiding within you, it's very, like I said, it's lingering. It's very difficult to get rid of, right? I'm gonna say yes and no, Chris, and that's actually a good question, right? I like that. That's actually a good question, Chris. You hear me? And I'm gonna say this: yes and no. Two things can be true, right? But at the same time, two things can be wrong too, right? Uh, Lame in the sense of being a man and taking care of your family and being a provider and to some degree a protector. Nah, they're not lame in that way, but they are lame in the way they conduct themselves with women. So, with that being said, right, you got to have a balance, man. You got to have that balance. So, I would say yes and no, Chris. Right? I would say yes and no. Your development is very important. Yes, it is, man. That's why I'm saying, man, it's good for as a young mustache when you're a young brother growing up. It's good to have some nice, strong, masculine men around you, man. And it's your mama's job, her obligation, her duty. If your daddy ain't there to do it, you some uncles, some some child, I don't know, somebody, some mentors. You need that masculine development as a young man. I'm telling you, as a man now, I'm telling you that's so vital, important as a young man, and that's why so many of our young brothers is just the way they is now because they ain't had no men in their life. You know what I'm saying? No mentors. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's due to a lot of different things. But one thing I can tell y'all is that it's brothers in communities across America that's still out there, still providing mentorship. It's all type of programs and stuff. So it becomes your duty and obligation as a mother. If your son's father is not able to be in his life for whatever reason, and I'm not talking about because you bitter and you upset because that man and your relationship ain't work out and he moved on, but he's trying to be involved in his son's life. Listen here, get that boy to his daddy. Right? Get that boy to his daddy. Why am I talking about this, man? Hey, get that little boy to his daddy. He get about 8 years old. send him to his pops. If his pop is an able-bodied working man, has his own situation going on, he's provided for himself, he has his own home, his own vehicle, a job, business, maybe a combination of the two. He ain't out of jail. He ain't no thug in the street. He's doing his life the right way like a man should. Send that boy to his daddy. Dan Patrick, what's happening with you, man? Send that boy to his daddy, man. You hear me? Don't keep him around you. And I'm talking to y'all single mothers out there raising little boys. Because most of these little boys' dads is guys like me. Send them to their dad. Anyway, right? Nah, money can't unlame you, man. Money is only going to exacerbate, amplify. You understand what I'm saying? That lame spirit. Most guys who are lames don't want to admit that they're lame, but yet they know they're lame, but they think that somehow they can remain their same lame self, but only if this. And this is true to an extent. And as we seeing on display with the lameness that Anton possesses, or should I say possesses him, we seeing this, right? And I'm not no pocket watching ass dude. I don't care how much money this guy is checking, man. I'm pretty sure he checking a nice bag off of YouTube, man. He got a nice situation going on YouTube. I'm positive he's checking a nice bag. I don't talk about that, right? I don't care about that. What another brother eat don't make me boo-boo, right? And here on A Real Talk, starting today, right? Right now today, we're going to clean up the language. I told y'all, hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me see. Y'all go to my, right? Right? Y'all go to my other YouTube page that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. Copy, paste, write that down, man. Go subscribe to A Real Talk TV. About to build that joint up. We about to get back to the interviews. I'm about to be out and about with some real content, on the scene content, out and about, real street content. We about to be out and about. I'm about to be doing some more interviews. I got a whole new format set up for y'all. Getting the studio set up and everything. I've been working behind the scenes, man. So just, go over there to A Real Talk TV. Go subscribe. So I'm gonna start dropping some content over there. But just for right now, we're gonna be over here on A Real Talk Podcast. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna be over here, but sit over there and go subscribe to the page to just subscribe to it. And when things get popping over there, which will be shortly, y'all gonna already be up on game. So go over there to A Real Talk TV, subscribe, click the bell, you know what I'm saying about and all of that. So it's a little bit of content over there right now, but we want to start funneling some traffic over there, and I'm gonna start bringing y'all some more linear, more scheduled, more, I say professional content. Right. Because we get the studio, I know I've been talking about the studio, but I want to make sure everything is all the way right. So we go up in there, we're going to go up in there all the way right. But yeah, when we're talking about can money unlame a lame, man, no, absolutely not. Now, can a lame become unlame? Yes, but money ain't going to do it. Put a number 11 in the chat that if you think a person who is lame can become unlame. Do y'all think that's possible? Yeah, I know it's possible. But it's going to take some real live work. It's going to take, talking about, it's going to take an intervention with the Most High, man, to sit up there and get that lame spirit up off of you, man. It's a demonic spirit that resides and abides within. Just like anything else, man, you're going to have to, you know what I'm talking about? It's possible, but like I said, it's such a lingering spirit that, when it reside in the body in you for a certain amount of time, you understand me, man, when you start getting some bread, like I said, it's going to amplify it. You know what I'm saying? Money ain't gonna never fix nothing, man. It might fix some things temporarily as far as like, your living situation or what type of car you drive, stuff like that. But the stuff that actually really matters in life, your mental, how you see things, how you perceive things, how you conduct yourself as a man, specifically with women, that stuff can be detrimental to your life, man. You know what I mean? And that's why I say no, money can't unlame a lane. Only this game can unlame a lane, right? You know what I'm saying? Only a lane can be saved by the game. You know what I'm saying? The game is the only thing that can unlame your ass. And most of you lames don't even think game is a thing. When y'all think of game, y'all thinking about chatting up chicks. Y'all thinking about saying something slick to a chick to make her like you, right? That's what most of y'all think about when somebody talk about some game. And y'all don't understand wrestling essence of the sinful. Game is just uncommon, common information that only real ones know. This the knowledge you don't get in college. Like my brother Red said, you did. It's the stuff that I talk about when I say it gotta be in you, got on. It's the stuff you learn from your old heads, man, your uncles and all that type situation, man. What Dan Patrick said, but some people believe that money can't unlame a lame is a ploy to keep black men in poverty. Hold on, what you mean by that, Dan Patrick? He said, but some people believe that money can't unlame a lane. Is a ploy to keep black men in poverty? Explain that. What you mean by that? Right? And I don't believe it. I know it. Personally, for me, I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm speaking for me. I know money can't unlame a lane. Money's not going to be the thing that unlames you. I'm going to just say that. If you a lame ass dude or a lame ass chick, money ain't going to do nothing but amplify that lame spirit. It's going to magnify it. I'm talking about it's going to sit up there and we're going to really be able, because once you get a little bit of money, you still that lame ass person you always are or have been or have become to be. The money is just going to make us be able to see it more, especially real ones like myself. You feel me? Because when you were lame, you was a young boy lame yourself. You know what I'm talking about? When you was a lame coming up, you know what I'm saying? None of the chicks messed with you. You know what I'm talking about? You might have had a couple of homeboys and stuff, but you was on some lame shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Most lame ass dudes was dudes who was actually friends with chicks. Was actually friends with chicks when we was young boys, man. You know what I'm talking about? Most lame dudes been lame since they was young boys, and it's partially they pop's fault, right? Because when we talking about Anton situation, I'm under the impression that he was raised with his pops in his life. I mean, Dan Patrick say. He says some individuals believe that by the notion of money cannot unlame a lame is to make yourself susceptible to make people leech on you and to put you down, giving you a guilty conscience. I mean, I understand what you mean by that, though. To an extent, I get what you mean by that. But you know what I'm saying? And I just know this from experience, Dan Patrick, man. When somebody start getting some money, right? If you was a naturally corny ass, lame ass dude, and you start getting some money, you don't think to yourself like, I'm about to start putting people on. I'm gonna create a business to where I can help people out, put them in a position to win. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to see people eat and get it, and you know what I'm saying, share my experience and my knowledge with how I got it. So I can, you know what I'm saying? Lames don't think like that. Lames think like I'm gonna use my money to get what I want out of people under the guise of helping them out, but I'm really helping myself. You know, helping myself is them helping me is just a result, you know what I'm saying, to me helping myself. Like I'm saying, they're not naturally doing things because they got the mind state of I want to help people out. I want to see people grow and do this, and I want to see people expand. I want to see people surpass me. You understand what I'm saying? That's not how lames think, man. Especially when they start getting to some bread. When lame dudes start getting some money, they start thinking about revenge. Understand what I'm saying when I say revenge? Revenge on everybody and everything. See, the reason why they lame is with something that stems from their childhood, right? And it's either one of a few things, but the main thing, the reason why and we're going to talk about young men, right? Young men grow up into be lames like how Anton is because they ain't have no masculine, manly presence in their life to put them up on game about not only how to acquire your finances and get them right, which is a part of your manalytics. Shout out to my brother, Sir Ism. That's part of your manalytics, but your manalytics ain't all about bread. Because a fool and his money will soon part. And if you a man, you know something about that because we all done did a fool once or twice or thrice in our life as men. I know I have, especially when it comes to some money. Right? But being able to acquire money isn't the main thing of manhood. Actually, I would say that it's one of the least things. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's another topic for another day. You know what I'm talking about? But what Dan Patrick saying? I get what you're saying now, to use the money for their own selfish benefit. Yeah, exactly, Dan Patrick. That's what most lames is going to do. See, a lame ain't going to use his money to soak up some game. A lame ain't gonna use his money now that he done got his bag right. He ain't gonna use his money to go get some therapy. He ain't going to even address the childhood issues as a man. When I say a man, I mean as an adult male. You know, when all the traumatic experiences we have from a child, they start to show up in our lives. We start to recollect and recall. Like I say, all those psychological firewalls that we put around those traumatic experiences so we don't have to keep reliving the pain or whatever associated with it, they start to break down over time. Redskin Chris, what's happening with you, man? Good day to you, brother. Nice to see you in the comment section. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share on your social engineering. Make sure y'all copy that link scrolling at the bottom of the page and go subscribe to my other page. We about to get things popping over there, man. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all gonna love it, man. Right? And we're gonna grind and grow from the bottom and get that joint monetized on the professional side. But yeah, though, man, you know, that money ain't gonna help nothing. Most lanes don't do when they get some money, because I mean, it don't take a genius, it don't take even for you to be a man to get some bread. There's a lot of soft ass dudes running around here with their pockets on swell. You dig? Bank account nice. You know what I'm saying? You got fun boys running around here getting to some money. So money don't make you a man, right? But as a man, you better be getting some damn money. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? As a man, you better be getting to some bread, right? But when you a lame, as I said, lames don't do the stuff they supposed to do when they get some bread. They do all the stuff that they was deprived of doing when they was a young boy coming up, and it always starts from childhood. The reason why a young boy grows up to be a grown-ass lame male is because he ain't have no strong masculine manly presence in his life to put him up on game about the things of manalytics, like the homie Sir Ism say, right? He got his analytics financial together, but he ain't got his manalytics together. You gotta have your money right. You gotta have your health right. Your spirit gotta be right, man. You gotta stand on something. You gotta have your mind right, man. You gotta have a relationship with the Most High, man. Right? You gotta exercise and keep your health up, man. You gotta eat right. You gotta know how to engage and interact with women. That's a key part to being a man. And most lames lack in that area. You could be educated, you can have all the experience in a certain field or fields to where you are making a very lucrative financial situation for yourself and you good. But if you is a lame, meaning most likely you don't have a good repertoire, rapport with the fairer sex, this is something you've been deprived all your life. The girls never really liked you. They never really picked you. They never really chose up on you. You ain't never been too charismatic and magnetic. And I'm not even gonna talk, I don't talk about how men look. I mean, I might crack some jokes, but this ain't that. And I say that because I know lots of niggas who I know lots of brothers who most chicks wouldn't fairly say is physically attractive, right? But they charismatic and magnetic. They keep themselves together, man. I'm talking about some, they keep their hair cut, all smelling good. They got a nice job. They charismatic, magnetic. They know how to hold a conversation. And I'm telling you, that'll take you a long way with a woman, man. Right? You understand me? So a lot of y'all lanes, man, y'all been deprived of that apartment, man. And that stems from whatever trauma that you experienced at home. Some of y'all dudes up there that have been touched on and y'all ain't wouldn't got no therapy. Like I say, see, lames don't do the proper stuff with their bread when they get it. You know what I'm saying? They don't go get no therapy and address these and try to cut the head off of this lame ass spirit. Like I said, when you get money, it's gonna amplify, exacerbate that demonic lame spirit that's residing in the body with you, right? You know what I'm talking about? So that's why I say money's not going to be what unlames a lame. I'm not saying a lame dude can't become unlame because it's possible. But the only thing that's going to unlame a lame is this game. What's the game I'm talking about? Manalytics, man. Learning how to navigate, interact with other men. You know what I'm talking about? Do business with other men, not always constantly at conflict with other men. You understand what I'm saying? Knowing how to conduct yourself amongst men and not just your collegiate professional business type, uh, you know, uh, uh, what you would assume how people who are financially astute would be. Now I'm talking about you gotta be able to conduct yourself and navigate and interact with all types of men, from the guy who's out there picking up the trash on trash day to the dude who run a company. You got to be able to talk to you got to be able to have a conversation with the homeless dude out there in the corner who might be having a bad time right now. And you also got to know how to navigate a conversation with the dude who's the CEO, founder of a Fortune 100 company, right? That's part of your analytics, man. What my man Dan Patrick say. He said, luckily, I had my blood father in my life. Even though my parents were separated, he was still involved in my life until he passed away when I was 16. Rest in essence to your pops, man. And that's a beautiful thing. And shout out to your mom for, saying, allowing that relationship to nurture and grow into the respect you have for your father now. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to all the single moms out there who didn't have a successful relationship with their child or children's fathers. And, so they still allowed them men to be a part of their child's lives fully, well, without being on no BS, man. Shout out to all y'all, because I know it's some of y'all out there and y'all don't get no good rep. And we're going to be talking about that on A Real Talk TV. You know what I'm talking about? But shout out to all the single moms out there who ain't all bitter and trying to keep their kids from their dad because the relationship ain't work out, man. So we know there's lots of y'all who realize the relationship ain't work out and you just want the best for the child, and realize that what's best for the child is to have their father involved in their life as much as possible, even though our relationship ain't work out. Right? And that's a fact. Right? So shout out to Dan Patrick for saying that, man. Yeah, I still got my pie, man. Thanks. Rest in the essence. I mean, thanks. All praises be to the Most High. I still got my pops here. I just talked to my pops the other day. You know what I'm saying? Pops, man, I've been trying to, people been emailing me, asking me about Spiritual Root Sunday. I'll be sitting here telling Pop, listen, man, my Pops, he going through something in life right now. He lost his girl. I done told y'all about my Pops' girl died in the bed next to him. It's a traumatic experience for him. He's still dealing with that. And I don't want to put too much pressure on him. I'm when God put it on his heart that it's time for him to come back going live, and he gonna hit me up and let me know. And I ain't gonna say nothing else to him about it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to do it by myself because it's not meant for me to. So, you know, that's just something else we're gonna be having over there on April Talk TV too. You know what I'm talking about? But no, man, I think we all can agree as a collective that there's no amount of money that can unlame a lane. You know what I'm talking about? It just doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? It don't exist. You know? It don't exist, y'all. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Of course, share on your social engineer. Here's an example. Shout out to Stacey Prince, man.
The position you and your people are in. Who's my people? Black people. Do you claim black people? I'm a Christian first. Heck, I don't give a fuck about these niggas. I'm not looking to be friends. I hate you niggas. I hate you. I hate the very guts that you got. I hate what you stand for. I hate what you represent. I hate everything about you. Nigga, fuck you. Suck my dick.
Damn. Oh, whoa. Man, Anton, you gonna get a brother flag, man. Damn. Hey, fair use, man. Anton gonna get a nigga flag, man. Talking like that? Damn, I don't even cuss like that. See, this is what I'm saying, man. You can't unlame a lane, right? See, Anton represents what I'm starting to recognize, and it really disturbs me that so many of our black men have this same mentality. Y'all can look at the people who support Anton. It's a lot of other folks over there supporting Anton too, but the black folks over there supporting Anton, they represent those amongst us who really got the Stockholm syndrome to degrees that are damn near reprobate. Project Leroy, what's happening, man? My man Project Leroy in the building, man. Salute to my brethren, my brother. You did. And I'm just saying though, man, that's how lame dudes think. Lames, it goes back to childhood, y'all. Lames like Anton, nigga, man, he used to get smacked upside his head. He probably used to get his pockets ran. You hear me? And that's when he tried to go hang out with us because he brought that old snooty Detroit suburb swag, try to come kick it with us in the hood when he come hang out with his cousins and stuff, man. His cousins used to smack him upside his head, make him pay for everything and stuff. Y'all know y'all got that one homeboy whose parents is well off. They decent. He was the first one, probably had a car and all that stuff, man. You know what I'm talking about? Out of all, you know, your little cousins and stuff. He come through on the weekend sometime, you know, on holidays and stuff like that. And, you know, his parents got some money. So, of course, he got a car and stuff like that. He go to a Catholic school or a private school. You know, he live out in Reynoldsburg or, you know, Pataskala, somewhere like that. He live out there in Hilliard, Dublin, somewhere like that. You know what I'm talking about? Because his parents, and there's nothing wrong with that. His parents made great decisions financially, educationally, so they don't have to raise their son in inner city Columbus, inner city Detroit. Anton ain't from the Detroit that most of us know. He ain't from the Detroit that the guys from Detroit I know is from, and that's a fact. Because listen here, I holler at my family from Detroit. None of these dudes know who Anton Daniels is. They never even heard of it. And we is at that stage in life, to an era where everybody's on the internet. All of us real ones who when Facebook and YouTube and social media first got popping, we still had that mentality of, you know, we don't mess with social media. That's too much like, you know, we had that mind frame. That's why I keep telling y'all, this is why our generation is so important, because we still got that frame of reference. We remember what it was like before all of this stuff. So we still kind of apprehensive, those of us who's really from the turfs of the cities of America where most of us reside and abide at, right? We kind of apprehensive, or we were kind of apprehensive back in 07, 08, 09 when social media was thrust upon us. So you got a lot of dudes. I remember guys who are all over social media right now, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of that, who in 07, 08, when I was first on Facebook, these dudes used to be looking at me like, man, you on Facebook, that shit lame, that shit corny. Huh? How many of y'all got a similar experience like that? I remember when there wasn't even no Instagram. Instagram came out when I was in the joint, when I was in jail. Right? YouTube had literally just come out about a year or so before that. So when we thinking about what we talking about right now, my man, hold on, what's that say? Kyron Ghostin. What's up with your brother? I ain't never seen you in my comment section, but hey man, you're welcome, man. How you doing, brother? My man Dan Patrick said, I feel you, brother. He said, in my childhood, I fought my bullies, but somehow developed an anger problem. Thank God for my father in my life because he taught me discipline. You know what I'm saying? Rest the essence to your pops, man. You feel me? And that's what we need as young men. Because, you know, as young boys, we just want to be a part of the pack. We want to be accepted. You know what I'm talking about? Some of us come from very traumatic homes, man. You know what I'm saying? And if we ain't have no masculine presence in the house, or if we had a father in the house, but he was a nigga in every way he could have possibly been a nigga, then you didn't learn your manalytics. You didn't learn the things of manhood. You didn't have a man in the house putting you up on game. You had a male in your house who didn't even address his demons, his traumatic situations from and dysfunction from his childhood, and it didn't develop into the life. Now he passing that lame ass demonic spirit down to you. And a lot of y'all dudes is lames because y'all dads is goofy ass lames. Right? And that's a fact, man. You know? I mean, it's wild, but it's true. So no, money cannot unlame a lane. It is only going to exacerbate, magnify. I'm talking about rectify, pause, right? That which is already residing and embodying within you. Like I say, when it comes to lanes, if they happen to get into a financial situation to where it's very lucrative and they are like wealthy, 100,000 millionaire, right? We're going to see that times 1,000. And it's about revenge, like I said. Y'all remember what I said? It's about revenge at the end of the day. Yeah, 2005. Yeah, you right. You all the way right. I'm talking about 2009 is when it started getting like very, very popular, especially amongst us. You feel me? Right? My man Kyron Gus said, you know, my brother, I stand corrected. But I remember 2009 is when YouTube started getting like very, very popular, especially amongst, when I say amongst us, I mean us black folks, right? And that's how it's going to be, man. You know what I'm saying? You can have your dad in your life, but if your dad is a goofy, you're going to be goofy. But if your dad was a man, he going to put you up on game, man, on how to conduct yourself as a man and how to deal with these women, man. And we can all tell that Anton was the product of that. And lots of y'all dudes are just like Anton because Anton has a nice following, which means a lot of y'all guys agree with how he thinks, the things he say, the way he view things, which means that's the way y'all view things. So Anton represents a nice majority of you corny ass, lame ass black brothers that's out there. Y'all the type of guys that the girls be talking about, and y'all the type of guys that's on the internet. Y'all the guys that came to the internet first. Real ones like me, I just told y'all when this stuff first came out, very apprehensive, very under that no snitching. That's too much like dealing with the police putting all the business out there. Now here it is all these later. You got all this gang stuff. You got the stuff coming out of LA and all across the country with the drop church and the drill stuff. This the type of stuff y'all seeing on the internet now was unheard of when the internet first came out. We wouldn't dare have been going live in the trap house. Are you serious? We got guns and dope up in here. Police ain't about to come raid us. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact, Dan Patrick. I gotta post that on the screen, man. That is an absolute fact. As a man, it is your responsibility. It is your duty, your obligation, man. You failed as a father if you have not done this or are not doing this. Your son grow up to be a lame, and you is a. If your son grow up to be a lame, it's because I'm gonna say one or two things, maybe a combination of the two. One, you was a goofy and you never got no type of help, so that shit grew up into a grown goofy showing a young dude how to be a goofy, or his mama's genes was a little bit more dominant and he has some of his mama's genes, or a combination of the two. Because if you was a ganged up, charismatic, magnetic man who was ganged up and raised by real ones, you're gonna instill that in your son, man. Right? So, that's just what it is, man. And my man Kyron Ghostin said he doesn't understand why Anton Daniels is popular on the internet. It's very easy to understand why guys like Anton Daniels, and like I said, this ain't specifically about Anton, y'all, because there's a lot of guys like Anton. Matter of fact, Anton represents the overwhelmingly mass majority of guys who are successful on YouTube. And that's just a fact, right? He represents the most of you dudes on YouTube who are having some YouTube success, because fake, lame, corny stuff is what's popular and acceptable nowadays. And like I said, the lames, like Anton, and the like, these was the guys who in school, the chicks was not messing with them, that wasn't choosing up on them. You understand me? Due to the gameless fathers that they had, if they had their fathers in their lives, or they being raised by their mamas, they interact with females from a feminine perspective, right? And being a corny, awkwardly built, out of shape, goofy, lame dude from whatever experiences you having from your home situation, you taking that to school with you, and you know how school is, especially in high school, right? You know what I'm talking about? And you got to think, if you a black guy growing up in the suburbs, which means you're going to probably a private school, which is more than likely mostly going to be some white T kids up in there, you got to understand that dynamic, right? That's one of the reasons why I'm glad I grew up in public school, because I got to interact with all types of people, you know? You know what I'm saying? When you go to private school, it's diversity at private schools, but it ain't like how it is in them inner city schools. So when you go to privacy school or private school in suburban areas, man, you're dealing with people who are on a certain financial level. So, you're going to see the real raw differences. See, when we all poor, we all the same for real, right? And of course, we have our, idiosyncrasies and, tropes we got amongst each other. But at the same time, we're a little bit more relatable because, financially, we all on the same level. Though. But when you out there and living in Hilliard, or when you living out here in Dublin or Reynoldsburg, or, Canal Winchester or somewhere like that, I'm talking about Upper Arlington, New Albany, you understand me, man? It's a different situation, man. And it ain't too many of us out there in those type areas. So Anton being raised in that environment, he ain't like us. He ain't grow up like how we grew up. The closest Anton got to the hood is when he went to the city to visit his family who stay in the hood, in the city. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly, Project Leroy. Revenge of the Nerds. That's what it is. What I say is revenge. That's the whole reason why I said it's all about revenge. Not going to get some help. Not damn, man. I grew up. I ain't never really had good luck with the ladies, and I know that's because of my experiences I had growing up. Whatever they may have been, I ain't gonna get no help about that. I ain't talk to nobody about that. So I'm just like, man, I've been deprived of chicks all my life. All the chicks ain't never really messed with me. That did something to me. Dudes used to pick on me, smack me inside my head, say I was just, said I talk like I'm white and all that stuff because I lived out in the suburbs and all that. This is his cousins though, right? And we all had that cousin that lived out in the burbs. He come to the hood and visit, you know, say you don't even want him to come around your homies and stuff like that. Like, that's my cousin, man. Leave him alone, man. You'll talk about, it's my family, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And as you get an adult and get some money about yourself, or you could be a lame that come from where you could be one of us and be a lame. Like I said, it starts in a home, man, and lack of a father being there, or a father that's a man being there, right? So, you know what I'm saying? So when you get some money, like how Anton is now, look, you can get, you know what I'm saying, any girl you want. You know what I'm talking about? You can sit up there, but even then, like I say, y'all, when it comes to Anton's situation, this is how I'm gonna say for most of y'all do. If y'all think a chick is messing with you because they actually like you, that's part of y'all's delusion. You know work better than a broad, man. That's that, and that's why I say it's feminine, because most of y'all dudes been raised by women or not masculine men or males, right? So y'all perceive things in a feminine way, the way chicks would, right? So a guy who's a corny, goofy dude couldn't even get it. Even the white girls out in your school, they ain't even like you, man. Oh man, I could tell what type nigga Anton was, and back then he's a little corny, goofy ass dude. You know what I'm talking about? Lame. You know what I'm talking about? The girls was cool with him. They really weren't trying to give him none of that box. Y'all know the type of dudes that's cool with the chicks, but the chicks is really looking at him like they his friend. Like he's their friend. They ain't even thinking about he's cute, he's attractive, I like him in that way. No, he really was friends with these broads, man. And he's the type of guy you trying to friend his way. He hanging out with chicks, but he really liked these chicks though. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, dirty Mac and ass, you know? That's a fact. Although, like I say, there's nothing you can really say to a chick to make her like you. Like I said, because it's not what you say to a chick, it's how you say it to her. And a chick, and this is if she was raised, especially if her daddy raised her, because if a chick is being raised by her dad, if her dad is in her life to any degree, and her dad is a ganged up dude who got his analytics together, even to a fair, decent, I'm talking about a 2-bedroom apartment with a vehicle and got a job where he making 50, 60, 70K a year, and he just got his business together, man. If she was raised by a dude like that, who got any type of experience with dealing with chicks, man, and she had him in her life, man, she gonna be able to recognize that cornball shit off top. Right? You hear me? So, you know what I'm talking about? Anton was the type of chicks who, Anton really liked chicks, so he would be friends with them to be cool with them, thinking that's gonna get him in. And when he tried to express his way, they'd be like, "Oh, I look at you like my brother." I don't even look at you like that. Like, oh, you know. You know, so when a lame like that grew up with that experience, not really having his way when it come to chicks, and the chicks that he actually did get with was not the type of chicks that he really wanted to get with. He got with these chicks because, at some point, I ain't gonna touch on that, right? Because I don't know what happened in the brother's youth to make him be like that, but at some point, Anton got that fun boy spirit on him too. So at some point, whoever Anton's father is, he failed. So if you want to get an understanding of why Anton, the way he is, or guys like Anton or like the way they are, go holler at they pops or lack thereof, and that's going to give you the answer. Right? That's going to give you your answer right there. You notice Anton don't really talk about his pops a lot. Now, I really don't watch Anton's content like that, but that of his content, which I have looked at, I don't hear him talking, saying too much about his pops. He don't talk too much about his pops or his moms. Right? Oh, his father is dead. Okay, well, rest in the essence to your pops, Anton. I didn't know that. See, I'm not a watcher of Anton's content, so I don't know that. Rest in the essence to your pops, brother. Right? But your father failed you. If you turned out the way you did, if a guy turns out the way Anton turns out, brother, your father failed you. At some point, I'm not saying your father didn't try to correct and try to his ability, but somewhere along the line, your father or your mother, or a combination of the two, got that demonic spirit of homosexuality residing in a body with them, maybe even presiding over them. Right? Because listen here. And this ain't it, bro. I as a man can't take another man serious when he allows such things like this to transpire on public platforms, man. And then you come around here talking all this manhood stuff. You talking about all of this stuff you be talking about with people need to, I don't talk to jailbirds. I don't even interact. I don't know anybody that's been to jail. I'm so disillusioned and distant from the black the culture is trash. As y'all heard him say, I hate you ninjas. F you ninjas. I think the government should charge you ninjas for air. I'm a Christian. I'm not black, which none of us are, but that's another topic for another day. We're going to deal with what we're dealing with at the level that we're dealing with it, man. Right? They were first called Christians at Antioch. Yeah, man. Listen, man, my father got flaws, have flaws. Me and my pops ain't had the best relationship. My father has failed me at some points in my life. But what I will say about my pops is still here to this day. Thanks be to the Most High. And my pops has absolutely corrected all his wrongs dealing with me in my life. Y'all can go look on me and my pops got numerous episodes where we seen here chopping up game with you on the spiritual level on Spiritual Root Sunday. That's the process. That's you see a healed relationship between a father and a son when you see me and my dad sitting up here chopping up heavy spiritual game with y'all like that. And most of the stuff I know spiritually, I learned from him. So even though we had traumatic instances in our life, in our relationship, my pops has always been there. Even at the times when he wasn't able to show me how to be a man or do the things a man properly should be doing. Even then, my pops was teaching me, and I'm thankful that I love my pops to death, man. My dad is one of the smartest, intelligent dude that I ever knew in my life, and I learned a lot of what I know from my pops, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I also can recognize where my father has failed as a man, and I've learned by watching him, right, how to avoid the situations that he still kind of fall victim to even at his age as a man. And that's why I say we ain't perfect, man. But this is the things as a man that you have to get under control and have a balance of, you know what I'm saying, so you don't allow certain things to consume you. And I'm telling you, the way you interact with women as a man is key to becoming and being a full man. If you don't get that under control, you're going to find yourself in situations like Anton, right? Right? Like, I can't never take no dude serious. This is the lame stuff I'm talking about. And the spirit, and I've been thinking about this. I'm gonna do it, and you know, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna do a show on this, but the spirit of homosexuality, the spirit of promiscuity, the spirit of molestation, and I'm even gonna throw the spirit of lame in that family of demonic entities, man, that are all related to each other, right? Which means that they can manifest. You might be a lame, but the fact that you're a lame and you got that demonic spirit on you, since it's a cousin of these other three, these can manifest within you as well, or can be gateways to these other ones. So because you a lame and you got that demonic lame spirit on you, you kind of susceptible to having that homosexual spirit reside and abide within you too, because they're related, right? And families stick together. Remember that, right? And I'm gonna have to negate you on that one, Chris, right? And this is one thing as men that I think we need to get a full understanding of. Me and my father have talked about this on Spiritual Root Sundays, right? Let me show y'all this though real quick. Well, hold on, let me address what Redskin Chris just said. Don't ever follow your heart as a man. When you're following your heart as a man, that means you are perceiving and making decisions. You are perceiving things and making decisions on the things you perceive based on how you feel, right? And as a as men, we cannot do that. As men, we must make decisions based off of what we think and what we know, what we can prove, right? We can't make decisions based off of how we feel, because you're going to almost make a horrible decision if you're making a decision based on about how you feel about it, because how you feel about something may not always be the correct way about going about something, right? Right? Don't always follow your heart. Scripture tell you that. I'm talking about scripture tell you that, man. Yeshua HaMashiach told you that. The heart is deceitful above all things, man, and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So as men, we don't follow our hearts. We don't make decisions based on how we feel. We follow our mind. We follow our analytics, our critical thinking, our process of elimination, our deductive reasoning, our masculinity, our manhood. That's what we follow. That might not necessarily coalesce, you understand me, with how we feel. Right? You know, each one teach one, red skin Chris. That's what I'm here for. That's what y'all here when we build off each other, man. We sitting over here soaking up game from each other. But let me get back to this. Any man who is a man who was raised by men would not conduct themselves in such a way. Right? You will never be able to live this down, Anton. You will never be able to come back from this. You will never be able to make this acceptable. You can never put this in a perspective or a mind frame or a light like it was cool, like it was good, like it was lit, like it was the hip thing, the popping thing to do. Right? Your heart and your feelings will betray you. The way you feel following your heart will tell you that this broad sit up here like you. This is your heart going. Your heart will have you thinking that this chick really like you. But when you was broke and messed up with your little lame ass, she ain't give you the time of day back in the day. Now here it is, all these years later, you done got your paper up. She got a kid or two by one or two different niggas. She still look kind of decent though, and you always just was infatuated with her. and now all of a sudden she want to give you some box. You think that's because she actually likes you? See, your heart of how you convinced and thinking that this girl really like you. But see, your manalytics, your masculinity, your manhood, your critical thinking gonna be like, nah, man, it's just a paper. I still got some things I need to work on because she ain't like me back in the day. Versus a guy like myself who charismatic and magnetic and handsome all my life. I still got chicks from when I was a young boy who still like me to this day. And so I'm pretty sure some of y'all do too. Right? Some of y'all probably even interact with chicks that y'all been messing with since y'all was young boys. Because see, when you a charismatic, magnetic, handsome ass nigga, that's how you interact with chicks. So you know how to interact with chicks. And that is the whole thing too. That's another topic for another day. Right? You know? True by myself said real love never leaves you. And I'm not saying that you sitting up there engaged in a relationship with a chick. I'm not saying that y'all still are sexually involved and that. I'm just saying chicks who, you know, like they still got a level of respect for you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to speak good on you. They ain't going to be like, oh, man, yeah, Ver's always been a little corny ass, lame ass nigga. If anything, if any of y'all was to ever come across a chick that I know from back in the day or a chick I used to mess with, I can only think of two who probably gonna say some bad, foul stuff. But the most chicks gonna be like, nah, man, Ver's been like that ever since I known him. Right? And that's a fact, Project Leroy. And that's one thing I pride myself on, man. Or should I say, that's one thing that I made important for myself. Right? And I'm just doing this research. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. When I say recent, I'm talking about within like the past 7 years, 8 years since I've been home, man. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I stopped doing is I stopped lying to chicks. Stop that. Anton is a prime example of that. And most of y'all dudes is lying to chicks. Stop lying. Anton lied. And we're going to get to that. But Anton, first, we got to address this. We have to address this, man. We can't not address this.
And the camera, and he's listening. Soon I stepped in that room, I told him to suck my dick, kiss my ass, fuck you, fuck Frank.
God damn, Fleece, man.
Kicked the chair over and walked out. And they gave me parole. Why? Because they
damn, man, Fleece gonna get a brother flag, man.
back at me for what I did in her. So what they saying was, we're gonna put him on the street. We're gonna tell everybody on the street he's a serial raper. He's a serial raper. Yeah. He kicked my man. I had people out here wanting to fight me, shoot me, all kinds of in the streets. Yeah, but I'm too tough for that, you know. I heard a few little talk and I ain't going to address it, right? But I'm just saying that I'm not, but I lost over 40 jobs dealing with that stuff they put on the DC.
If you've written a book and want to
publish
it to over...
So basically, Fleece is saying, he's saying that,
written a book and want to publish it to over 3 billion...
He's saying that basically Aaron Magruder, he's saying Aaron Magruder painted him in a bad light. Which, I mean, I really don't think so, but we're going to get to that.
They want everybody down on me. They don't want nobody to help me, give me a job where I can take care of myself. They want to make me like a curse. I was a hero with her. They took my name and tried to change it into a curse, just like they did Dracula. A lot of people didn't know that was a...
He said just like they did Dracula.
He helped these people.
Dracula was a demon.
The Catholics and people that came against them people, they had a power of opinion in people. And they changed the story. They changed the story, saying at nighttime he turned...
Please, if you don't knock it off.
He was a real hero. So let me tell you this, though. They put me out of here. They took my birthday. I was born 27 of March.
Come on, man.
28. I mean, it was can document it. I believe you. What I'm saying is that that's not what the church is supposed to be. No, it's fight everything. 3 months later, I walked in there and talked to my mama and started digging a pit deeper and deeper, and then you know what I'm saying. And so,
hold on, let me find it real quick.
And he got a new attorney general, Daniel Cameron. Man, he drinks your blood and all that stuff like that. Yeah. He was a hero. He was a real hero. And so that whole congregation, did he know that I can't think about it. You were telling me. Back to the point where I just didn't care no more, man. And, you know, I was a favorite of my grandmamas and my mamas and my aunties, all of them.
Anton, man, this is wild, man.
They love me, man.
The fact that y'all still support this dude after this, when I seen this, I was like, oh, man. I was like, man, and I said it, like I said, I did my video the other day. I was personally. But when I addressed this, I was like, man, Ty, you's a sucker for this interview, man. You a cold sucker for this interview, man.
Everybody sleeps. But I'm in here going through all this, and then people act like they don't understand that I like booty. So what? What is I supposed to do, bro? Huh? I don't know.
Anton said, Anton, man, what am I supposed to do? Anton said, shit, I don't. You can't unlame this. This is why I say, see, if you are lame and you have allowed that to exacerbate over the years, it could develop into fun boy behavior, man. Because they are related. All these demonic entities, they're related. They're from the same family. And this is why I said 2 things can be true about this. It's either one of the 2, though. Either Anton had a conversation with Fleece pre this interview, and he said, look, ask me this. Remember I told you when I go live, I don't be sitting up here, I'm going to say this, and I'm freestyling. Nah, either Anton had a conversation with Fleece, like, listen, ask me this. I want you to flirt with me and this and say this stuff. It's just basically like we was in prison. Which would make Anton a fun boy, because what type of real dude is even about to want to have just to go viral? Just to go viral? What type of man is going to put his masculinity up for sale like that? Listen here, man. I would rather be a $20 hour a making regular guy with my manhood intact than to ever sell my masculinity for something like this. Yellow D, what's happening, man? I mean, come on, y'all, man. Yellow D, you been in a joint, bruh. What type of man who calls himself a man, standing on manhood and masculinity, is about to ever have a conversation like this? Allow another guy to talk to him like this?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't picture myself ever being in that situation. All right. I just say, for instance, you was in that situation. I can't see it, Fleets. I can't think about it. You were turning me down. What you mean? More important than Wilder, you should know what I mean.
See, that right there is crazy. See, this is why I said that to say that could only explain why this transpired. But either way, it makes him look bad, right? If he actually had a conversation with Fleece prior to this and was like, I want you to ask me this, flirt with me, like if he did that, like, come on, that just to get views, that's fun boy behavior. That's fun boy energy right there, because ain't no man ever about to put himself in a situation like that just for clicks and views and subs and YouTube bread, right? So with that being said, I don't think that's what happened. I think that Fleece picked up that Anton was sweet, because Anton got that lame demonic spirit residing and abiding within him. He also has developed over the years with the fun boy behavior. He got that fun boy, demonic fun boy spirit residing by him within him too. He has allowed his lame demonic spirit to grow and to evolve into a spirit of homosexuality. And Fleece, possessed by that same spirit, sensed that in Anton. And he kept saying little stuff to him. And when he realized that Anton didn't do what I would have did and bucked up on him, like, man, what the fuck you just say? Excuse my language. And it's hard for me, y'all, so bear with me. What you just say to me? Man, listen. I ain't saying I would have slapped Fleece, but he definitely would have got checked. See, we wouldn't even went this way with me because we would have had a conversation before we went live or before we recorded. Listen, we about to talk about your experiences in a joint and how that has led you to becoming the man you are. And as a result of that thing, what have you good to, what have you accomplished while you was in there, and what are your goals on here now to becoming a better man and setting a better example for these young brothers and sharing your experiences as far as being in prison so it could make them not want to go to prison. It would deter them from going to prison. We ain't about to ever be up here talking about this stuff like it's something cool or championing it or in a good light for content. Like, nah. That's what I've been saying, Yellow D. If I interview, I'm not saying that anything positive. I'm not saying that a positive interview couldn't be had with Fleece. I'm just saying if I was going to have a conversation with Fleece on my platform, it would have never went that direction at all. It would not have went that direction. So you're right about that. See, Fleece was testing him the whole time. See, Fleece, when he first linked up with him, I'm telling you, Anton probably reached out to Fleece like how Anton reached out to Corey. And since Corey is a whore for money digitally, he will be willing to see. When you a dude who already done sold your masculinity, you don't care. You don't have no respect for yourself as a man because you think, and lots of subscribers seem to make you think and believe that because you got money, that's to be respected above all. And it's not. Because most people with money are the corniest, lamest, degenerate, creepy, most traumatized people you'll ever meet. Y'all don't be knowing what these rich folks be doing behind closed doors. But we starting to see now, Diddy. Huh? Weinstein. They still not releasing Epstein files. Oh, we know how the white tea people get down. When they get some money with they lame asses, right? Right? When Fleece saw that Anton didn't check him, didn't buck up and say, hold on, bruh. What you talking about? Nah, we ain't swinging that way over here. I don't swing that way. Matter of fact, don't act, man. Hey, man, watch out. We can end this interview right now. Once Fleece realized that Anton was sweet, he said, "Oh, see, he think this for content. Oh, but I'm Fleece Johnson, the Paul's booty warrior. I'm dead serious right now." Fleece wasn't joking. Y'all think Fleece was joking in this interview? Y'all think Fleece was playing in this interview? Where they play like that at?
And I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, I just can't even picture myself ever being locked up.
It's good. It's good.
Fleece said that's good. Fleece said that's good. That's good.
Steal, kill, destroy, nothing.
That's good.
I knew from a very early age that I'm not built for that. You know what I'm saying?
He knew from an early age, like most of y'all dudes who are like Anton, support Anton, because most of y'all dudes on YouTube are just like Anton. Most of y'all. I ain't gonna say no names, man. Y'all know. Y'all watch the same YouTube I watch. Most of these non-content creating ass dudes, so-called game coaches, so-called relationship gurus, so-called this, so-called that, corny, goofy lames that ain't got no real experience with these broads. as we see the situations they get into concerning broads. Right?
And so I just never even wanted to put myself in that hypothetical situation. So when I was seeing you,
I ain't saying it to be disrespectful.
no, I don't think it's disrespectful. I think that it's
I think it's true, for real. Well,
me?
Yeah.
No, me.
Not even that look.
Not me.
I'm saying, hold on.
See, Fleece, see, a lot of people, Fleece is dead ass. Right? And I'm gonna show y'all how this is going to be the clue to let y'all know that Fleece was dead ass. If Anton was in the joint with Fleece, Anton would have been giving Fleece them cheeks. For sure.
Good looking. Let's just say it like that. Good looking. Well, if you was locked up, if you was locked up, like, yeah. If we was locked up, I would talk to you.
He said, if we was locked up, I'll talk to you. Translation for all of y'all squares out there who, good, by the way, I hope y'all don't ever have to experience this to know this, but in prison lingo, a fun boy booty word like Fleece telling you that he would talk to you in prison, meaning he would clap your cheeks in prison. It don't get no more disrespectful than that. And I don't know one woman who would be okay with a guy allowing himself to be sex played like that, even jokingly. And all y'all that support Anton and guys like Anton, y'all are the reason, right, why a lot of chicks feel and think towards black men the way they do, because they actually think that the majority of y'all, or should I say, they think that the majority of us, especially black men, are you goofy niggas they see and interact with in comment sections on the goddamn internet, social media, YouTube. And that couldn't be further from the truth. And now you got real ones like myself coming to YouTube. And I don't mind being thrown in a category with y'all, because tapping in with me, you're going to find out real quick that I ain't nothing like none of these niggas. I'm actually a real FBA man from the turf of Columbus, Ohio, Jack. Right? And I'm not proud to say that I've been in the joint. That's not a badge of honor. That's not a testament or a representation of my masculinity or my manhood. It's just part of my life experience. Right? I don't even talk about that stuff like that. Y'all wouldn't even know if I never said nothing to y'all. Right? And this the type of mentality that runs rampant on the internet, social media, YouTube. This is the lame stuff right here. No amount of money is going to be able to save Anton from that. Right? No amount of money. Right? Man, baby girl. Baby girl. Right? Mr. O, what's happening, Joe? Right? Now, case in point, y'all. Right? This is something else about you lames, man. A lot of y'all lames is dealing with the spirit of homosexuality, man, residing by with y'all. And y'all try to negate that by interacting with chicks, right? Because the part of you that is actually a male, still has that natural desire, natural for women, females, right? And but you settle for the type of female that you can actually get versus the type of female that you want, right? Now I'm not going to go too much on Anton's wife, because I personally think Anton's wife is not a bad looking chick. Now she's not fine as hell. No, I wouldn't say she was bad, But I mean, she decent. She ain't. I don't think she's ugly. That's just my opinion, though. You know, Anton probably feel like he got money now. He done been with his wife for all these years, and she's not a baddie. She's not a bad. He don't travel around with his wife with him, which would be a better look for him. Regardless of how his wife looked physically, it would be a better look for him. He probably would see his career go a little bit further, especially with the YT folks, you know. But Anton always wanted the Mikas, man. But the Mikas wouldn't give Anton or the rest of you Anton ass niggas a time of day. See, a guy like me, I done been messing with Mika chicks all my life. They're a dime a dozen for a guy like me. You know? You dig? And let's just be clear, because, you know, over here at Real Talk, we don't do no hating, man. Mika is a nice looking broad, man. Body is fire. I mean, she's pretty in the face, but you know, some structure going on there that's like, you know, you could talk about, you can make jokes, you could roast her. But overall, Mika's a nice looking broad. Most of you niggas would do anything to get a chick like Mika. Brother like me, dime a dozen, man. See right through her. And I'm not knocking, I'm not hating. Listen, man, get your bread, do your thing, man. Right? But Mika exposed Anton. And this is what happens with you lames that try to live this player lifestyle that y'all always wanted to live. And it stems back to the young boy era. Right? But just couldn't because you was never put up on game. You wasn't taught how to conduct yourself with females, with women. You wasn't taught, you know what I'm saying, from a brother who was charismatic and magnetic, how to conduct yourself amongst women to get them to like you, to be enjoyable by women, man. You keep your hair cut, man. Be smooth. Don't be like a sucker to chicks, but be nice. Be stern. Learn how to, you know what I'm saying, make women understand that they got to respect you. Stand on yours, man. You know, learn how to interact with women, how to engage in conversation with women, man. How to be able to deter if these girls is about something worth talking about or if they just about getting used for cheeks, right? Because let's just be real. Some of y'all chicks is worth cheeks and that's it. Flat out. All right? Right? So Anton got his paper up. Guys like Anton get their paper up, and then they come across chicks like Mika, and chicks will use a lane if he got a name, even if he ain't got no game. The chick ain't coming to get no game from Anton. Mika ain't coming to get no game from Anton. Mika, only reason Mika even was with him is because she thought she could get closer to Corey. And Anton, see, this is why I say y'all gotta always keep it real, always tell these chicks the truth. If Anton would have told Mika that, I'm not sure if I can get you on the show. I asked Corey, you know what I'm saying? He didn't say yes, he didn't say no, but I don't know. Right? Nah, Anton, you lied to Mika. You told Mika that she was going to be on the show. Her whole purpose of flying like, we can let Mika tell y'all, man. We're gonna let Mika tell y'all with her fine ass. I ain't gonna hate. I'm not a hater. Mika is a nice looking broad.
Because I had such.
She's a very nice looking broad, right? Her body is fire. Right? I'm trying to find Mika's video, man. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what's her? What's her? She got a YouTube page, man. She do got a YouTube page, right?
Guys, we're back with another one. We have to talk about this as the young lady Mika, who joined.
Oh man, where her page at though? Right. This is wild, man. Right, man. What's Mika? Y'all know Mika's page, man. What's her page called? Let me see if I just type her name in. If her page will pop up. That's a little ass girl popping up, man.
And she caught strays.
I don't want you niggas mad, man. God damn, man. I want to see her video that she put out. Y'all know her page, Monty Chan? What's the name of her page? Not an NDA. Oh, I didn't say that. Hold on.
This chick gonna tell me that because I like
Look
to
at this,
do big
though.
things and I don't focus so much on the small things, that my romanticism is
That's Anton's wife right there, right?
Let me tell you how this conversation started. So she's enjoyed a full day of romanticism. Look at the ambiance. Look at the lights. Doesn't that scream romantic?
But wait a minute. No, you asked me if you were romantic, and
I asked her. I said, "Yo," I said, "Not in that." It was a rhetorical question. I said, "Aren't I romantic?" And she was
I
like,
didn't say nothing. I didn't answer. I didn't say nothing. And then you asked me again.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the way Anton's wife looked personally, man. That's why I wanted to show y'all that. But Corey's a comedian, man. Of course he's a comedian. He can find something to roast Mika's fine ass about. You hear me? You know?
join Anton Daniels on the 5150 show. She's gonna.
Y'all
At
niggas
the
be
5150 studios at about 8 p.m.
All that. So he went on.
I couldn't find Mika's video. I'm about to play this dude video. Shout out to the homie though, with sports and news.
It wasn't seen like that, but a lot of people that didn't see that.
situation. All right, the whole Corey Holcomb incident. Now, 2 weeks ago, I was told that I was going to go on the 5150 show. And I was excited. All right. I was excited about going on the 5150 show. Last Tuesday, I got on the plane to go from DC to LA. I got to the 5150 studios at about 8 p.m. Pacific time. I met Corey Holcomb. I was introduced to him. He shook my hand. Then about, I want to say 5 minutes before the actual show started, I was told, I can't go on the show. I said, okay, cool. Then I was told that I could sit on the set, but I have to sit off camera. I said, okay, cool. And that's where I sat for the entire duration of the show. Now, the show starts. And as you know, what happened, because it went viral.
Right.
All right, so if you guys...
She was told she was going to be on the show. I'm about to drop the link, man. Anybody want to come up? Y'all can sit up here, come up. I'm dropping the link in the comment section right now. You know what I'm saying? Anybody want to come up and spit their game, talk their ish, add their point of view or whatever, y'all can do that. Yeah, he definitely living a lie. Right? Right. Yeah, I see that. Y'all see the link in the comment section, man. So off top, this is what this goes back to what I told y'all earlier. Stop lying to these chicks, man. Right? And she kept her, you could clearly tell that Mika was perturbed, right? It's almost as if she wanted to roast Anton, she wanted to expose him, but it's like she couldn't, almost as if she can't say something legally. You know, allegedly. It could be argued. You know, I've been seeing some stuff about a non-disclosure agreement, but I ain't gonna talk about that because I don't know if that's true. I don't be getting into all that stuff like that because I don't really care though. But man, if she signed a non-disclosure agreement, that's even more. That make me have a little bit more respect for Mika, because that means she know the game a little bit, right? To that level, right? Meaning that she's sticking to her contract that she signed that she would agree to. But morally, what type of chick messes with a married man knowingly? What type of man messes with a married woman knowingly? I have. It ain't a good feeling, I'll tell you that. You know? And that's another topic for another day too. But Anton, you lied to this girl. You told this girl that you was gonna get her on the 5150 show. And you sitting up here, this is what I'm saying. This is that lane. This is why money can't unlame a lane. Versus going to Corey, hitting him up, telling how you can put me up on game. I like what you're doing. You want to try to see lames like to go at the real ones. You feel me? Lames have an animosity towards us real ones, us charismatic, magnetic. You hear me? Handsome brothers, man. They gotta always feel the need to try to outdo us or one up us. Right? 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 Yeah, that's a part of it too. You know, we're gonna stand on that, Project Leroy. Yeah. Or should I say 92 Dolo? Exactly. And that's another point I want to make. He said he studied Anton. So off top, he ain't had no good intentions. He was on some BS off top. It's just too bad that Corey wasn't as gamed up as he should be to pick up on that off top, right? But you lied to Mika, man. And Mika don't got no more respect for Anton. This is why she said what she said about Corey. See, this is what's wrong with you lames, man. Y'all lames think y'all could bring up another guy, whether it be in a negative way or positive way. See, you don't bring up another dude or use another dude to get at the bench, man. You know the worst thing you could do to completely turn a chick off from you ever being interested in you sexually is bringing up another dude in any way, as in reference and trying to get with her. I can get you on the Corey Holcomb show. She forgot all about you at that point, Anton. She was thinking about messing with you, whatever, or even at that point as she was. She's only messing with you to get out of you what she can use. And you know she was a fan of Corey because she went to one of Corey's show, as she said, like some of you corny ass dudes do. You know what I'm talking about? See a chick got a liking for another dude, and somehow you try to use him as a way to boy, you can't unlane with lane with money, man. You know what I'm talking about? He ain't supposed to do that. So he studied Corey. He been watching Corey's content. He know what type of dude Corey is. He thought he was going to use. Hold on, Hakeem Andrews. I'm gonna bring you up, little homie. Give me a couple seconds. Right? He thought he was. Anton thought he was going to use Mika as a honey trap for Corey. Right? And being the lame that Anton is, he like, I got a bad bitch with me. He make him look cool. Like we all know that Mika ain't rocking with you because she like you, dude. Come on, man. Hey, all the ladies that's tapping in, put a number 11 in the chat if you would give Anton your number if he shot his shot at you. Put a number 12 in the chat if you wouldn't give that boy the time of day, no matter how much goddamn money he got. See, only chicks that mess with dudes to get what they want out of that is chicks like Mika. Thirsty chicks who will use what they got to get what they want. Right? Because they want to blow up. And to an extent, I can respect that. Shout out to my brother 92 Dolo for sending that contribution to that cash out, man. You hear me? XL Pro, man, if you still tapping in, go ahead and throw that cash app information in there, man. Y'all sit up there, hit that super chat, man. Don't let 92 Dolo be the only one, man. Bless that cash app, bless that super chat. And Mika was rocking with you up until you lied to her. You lied to her and told her you can get her on with Corey Holcomb. And at the same time, you left the door open for Corey to pull the move he Hey, man, Corey old trick ass dude too. Corey don't come off to me as a ladies man. But Corey don't seem also as the type that lie to chicks either. So, you know what I'm talking about? Chicks want to get with Corey just as who he is. But Corey is like R. Kelly in that sense. R. Kelly didn't have to do the stuff he did. He ain't have to trick with bras, but that spirit of tricking is so much in him, he can't even help it. And I think that same spirit resides within Corey too. Not so much as maybe with the younger broads, but just with chicks in general. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on real quick. Let me bring this dude, Hakeem Andrews, up, man. What's up, young Hakeem, man?
Virgil Berry, what's going on, Mr. So
What's up with you?
With the facts.
He said so-called stats with the facts. See this? I know I'm actually stats with the facts, but go ahead. What's up with you, young brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good. My question to you is like
right.
what you like especially you FBA YouTubers, why do y'all hate Anton Daniels so much?
I don't hate Anton at all. I don't know that dude. I don't hate him. I actually got a lot of love for Anton. This is why I'm saying the stuff I'm saying. This is why I'm being 100 with him and telling him the truth. Or not even specifically to him, but see, Anton represents a large, which pains me to say this, but I'm starting to see how large this population actually is amongst us. He actually represents a sizable population of us FBA men, for real, FBA males, with this mentality that he had. Because unfortunately, there is a lot of lame simp suckers amongst us, man, more so than maybe what we would even like to admit. And
I mean, that's
hold
true
on,
to an
let me finish
extent.
saying this, Hakeem, and I'm gonna pass it right to you, right? Let me finish this real quick. When Kevin Samuels used to always talk about that 51, 3, whatever this percent of black males are single, in the middle class with no children, a nice percentage of them lames is you corny ass dudes on YouTube and be in the comment section of the corny ass niggas like that on YouTube. A nice majority of y'all are. And it's the reason why y'all are, right? So when we thinking about this 53% of guys that's single, not married, with no children, working in the middle class, a nice percentage of those guys, which I'm included in that, a nice percentage of the population is Anton Daniels ass dudes. And they ain't even got no money like this nigga. So just imagine when they get some money. All right, go ahead. Okay, Andrew.
Well, first of all, I'm not lame. I'm middle class, and I'm nowhere near lame. So, yeah, there is true. There are some lame black men. But at the end of the day, like I said, I posted in a chat from earlier. You and Red Supreme and all these other so-called FBA YouTubers, y'all clearly don't have black men's best interest in mind.
How so?
How so?
Yeah.
I'll
Like
tell you how.
what brings you to say such a thing?
I'll tell you how so. It's because of how y'all talk down on them.
Well, we supposed to build the lanes up?
Like I'm not saying
Is that what you're saying?
You said what?
We supposed to put lanes on pedestal like they real ones and they ain't?
I'm not saying for you to put nobody or include lames on a pedestal. Like what I'm
Right. Okay. So
saying
let me
is,
correct that. Let me change that. Let me reiterate that. So we supposed to give lame cornball dudes respect as if they're actual men?
that's not what I'm saying. But like,
Okay.
that's not what I'm saying at all. But like how the way that you guys are like talking down on them, that come like with a different approach. But anyway, like I like me.
What approach would you suggest, Hakeem Andrews?
Well, I will come like with a different approach. I will come like as like a different criticism instead of like cursing and putting them down and insulting them because like yeah,
Okay,
they're
so let me ask you this. Am I insulting or am I merely stating facts? Because if it's true, whether you feel it's insulting or not, that's a matter of opinion. The truth can be insulting, but it doesn't negate it being the truth.
yes, there is truth to that, but it's how you word it.
Yeah, well, okay, I mean, I get that though, but we living in an era where, as men, you know, how you say things do matter, and how you word things do matter to an extent, but they absolutely don't matter when we're speaking of things of facts and are actually true. It really don't matter because the truth is going to be the truth no matter how you put it. You feel me? And just because you sugar it up, you sugarcoat it and soften it up or whatever, that's not going to negate the truth that lies within. And I don't come from I'm not here to speak unto y'all smooth things at all. Right. And that's the one thing that I can say that I noticed. You can't speak smoothly, coolly with guys like Anton, man. They're not going to respect
Why
that.
do you hate Anton Daniels so
I
much?
don't hate Anton. I just told you that, Hakeem. I don't even know this dude. I don't hate him. I actually got a lot of love for him, man.
That's right. You don't know him, but like how you gonna say you got a
It was
lot of
actually listen here. See, no, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
how you gonna say you got a lot of love for him and then you and, like all y'all do is like bring up that old ass like clip about saying that and it's called business at the end of the day. Like Felicia Johnson did not come off him did not sex play him on camera like how y'all black FBA YouTubers like view it, especially Red Supreme. Your boy Red Supreme is immature as hell because at the end of the day, like that's old footage. That's like over a decade old. It's called business at the end of the day. Something that you so-called FBAs don't understand. Like it's called business at the end of the day. There were other people that Felice Johnson had like did interviews with. Like it's called business at the end of the day. So I don't see like what's the problem like when it comes to Anton Daniels. If anything, the Anton Daniels does a whole lot more than Tyreek Nasheed. And Tyreek Nasheed, like I said before, don't give a damn about the black community.
I mean, that's your opinion. That's neither here or there, right? But let me address what you first said, all right? And I'm gonna bring you up here, Dan Patrick. Just let me finish what I'm about to say. That footage, for one, and this is why I tell y'all to do y'all's due diligence, y'all young brothers, man. When y'all come up on these panels, it is absolutely imperative. This is another thing that is a marker of masculinity and manhood, man. You gotta know what you're talking about before you talk about anything you talk about. And one thing I noticed about you, Hakeem Andrew, you are a very unread, unresearched, and unstudied young brother. I would suggest you work. I would suggest you work on that. Let me tell you why I said that. That video is not 10 years old. That video is literally less than 3 years old. That interview came out like two and a half years ago.
It's still old.
It's still old. But see, this is the thing. And let me tell you this, though. This is why I say I know a lot of y'all guys are lacking in masculinity, right?
What that
you can sit up here and take this offense if you want to. Listen, this is what I'm saying. You got to listen, young brother, right? Y'all can take that as disrespect. I don't care if you think it's disrespectful. It's true. I'm not here to disrespect any of y'all. I don't know any of y'all. I don't get none from disrespecting y'all. I might say the stuff the way I say it, but I'm saying it because it's true, right? Anton Daniels allowed that guy to sex play him. See, this is what I'm saying. Sex play amongst us men is something that is not accepted. It's something that should not be happening. It's not okay. It's not cool, and it's not manly or masculine at all, right? The fact that you said what you just said, that's the problem amongst us black men. We have to get rid of this because the homosexual spirit resides and abides in a nice amount of us, a nice portion of us, man. And this is what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. I'm not done. When I get done, I'm gonna pass the mic to you when I'm done, right? So we don't be, I don't want to interrupt you and I don't want you to interrupt me, right? So what I'm saying is when we start to normalize this stuff or make it seem like it's not serious, and this is what's wrong with y'all, you younger guys, man. Y'all, if a lot of y'all have Hakeem Andrews' mindset, and this is the guys I'm talking about, y'all were the lames in school. Y'all were the guys who didn't have masculinity in y'all's household. Y'all wasn't raised with manhood in the household to put y'all up on game, how to conduct yourself as a man amongst men and as a man amongst women. And it shows, because the mindset of thinking that it was not that serious, Anton letting, not even Anton, any man calling himself to be a man, a Christian man, a stand-up man, a man on conservative views and values, would ever allow another male to sex play him in any way, not even for fun or for no reason, especially for money. That's very unmanly. I mean, that's the most unmanliest thing you could do as a man, is allow another man to sex play you, even jokingly. I know guys who have been stabbed and murdered for that, doing that. That's how serious that is amongst men. And it has always been like that. And we cannot allow to ever get to a point where that's cool, that's acceptable. That's not that serious. Oh, he's still cool now. Don't you know, amongst men, if you let a dude sex play, you ain't gonna get the respect from us. The collective of us men ain't gonna respect you. And if you think that having respect from us collective of real men ain't nothing, y'all, hey, you can think that if you want to. Let me know how life work out for you. Now go ahead, Hakeem Andrews.
Let me tell you something, okay? First of all, you said that majority of you said that like some of us young black men have my mindset. Okay, first of all, you don't know me, so let's get that straight right now, like respectfully, because you don't know much about me. Because at the end of the day, I go to work, like I'm follow like principles. I have standards. I mind my business. Because at the end of the day, you don't know nothing about me. Right. So let's get that understood. And then two, like it was Fleece Johnson's idea to come, like, because at the end of the day, it's still called business. Anton Daniels didn't let Fleece Johnson sex play him. Like maybe you so-called real men like been to prison. Maybe you guys are undercover homosexuality.
Not at all.
So let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it, right? A man would
It's
come up and
called
show it.
business.
Let's get this started right now. And I'm about to start telling you these dudes too. Y'all come up on my platform. Y'all dudes claiming to be men, speaking on such things. What we talking about? Y'all better start camming y'all's manly asses up so we can see y'all's face. That's number one, right? Number two, no, not at all. If I was decided to live a life of homosexuality, everybody would know it, right? Everybody would know it. That's number two. Three, no, not at all. Anton absolutely allowed Fleece to sex play, and Fleece told Anton,
No, he didn't.
yes, Fleece told Anton he thought he was cute. He thought he had a nice body, a nice booty. If they were in prison, Fleece told Anton he would talk to him, which was a nice way of saying if we was in a joint, nigga, I would clap your cheeks.
Is that all you could
That's
come
sex
up
playing.
with?
Listen here, I can't be quiet now. See, now you need to listen. You hear me? That's being sex played. And if y'all young brothers have the mind frame of a Hakeem Andrews and think that that is not being sex played, this is the issue. This is something that we need to address. And this is why I say masculinity is in the crosshairs and it is under attack. And a lot of y'all young brothers, y'all have zero possession of masculinity. Y'all's masculinity is devoid, it's depleted, it's like it's not even there, right? Because if you think that if you think that a man telling you that if y'all was in jail, he would clap your cheeks, that's the highest level of disrespect. If a dude said that to me, I would slap fire out his ass. But dude wouldn't say that to me, not to my face anyway.
Yeah, but
and that's an absolute fact.
But you would get sued. You would get.
Man, I wouldn't give a damn about getting sued. When it comes to my manhood, man, I'm willing to go to prison forever behind that.
It's called.
Right? It's not business. There's no business.
Yes, it is.
No,
business.
it's not. No, it's not. And be quiet again, because now I'm telling you I'm trying to put you up on game here, right? It's not. Hakeem, there's no way you can make it seem like it is. If you allow a man to sex play you, that's not business, that's disrespect. And it's not no amount of money that you could ever acquire from that exchange that would make it okay and make us men look at you any different than a sissy ass gump. You will never have our respect. And if you think you're going to come along, get along, be successful in life without the respect of actual men, like me, like most of the guys that tap in with me, like my brother Red, you might as well sit up there and come out the closet and say that you a fun boy.
Oh, yo,
because you would never be accepted. Listen, hear what I'm saying, you would never be accepted amongst us men. And one thing I know about a man, men want to be accepted amongst the collective of men.
Well, I say this. I mean, hey, if that's how y'all feel, that's how y'all feel.
No, that's not how y'all feel. That's how men feel, bruh. I'm speaking for men. And I'm a man, so I speak for all men. Manhood, standing on masculinity and manhood.
No, you don't.
That's me.
No, you don't.
You tell me one way how I don't.
You clearly don't have black men's best interest.
Give me one. That's what I say. No, I got black men's best interest at mine. That's why I came up. Listen, let me tell you how I do. That's why I talk about the stuff I do. And that's why I show my face on camera, because I actually do care. See, outside of YouTube, I actually do work in real life, mentoring young brothers like yourself and involved in my community. See, I'm not just a nigga on YouTube talking. I actually do this in real life. Right? I got nephews. I got nephews your age, Hakeem, man, that I'm responsible for as far as leading and guiding them in manhood now that my brother's no longer here. I talk to my nephews down there every day, especially my oldest ones, constantly putting my young brothers up on game. Real young brothers tap in with me. I mentor young men like yourself in real life, Hakeem. Real life, not just on YouTube, right?
Well,
I do this in real life. Give me one example, right, that you've seen from me that says that I don't have the interests of black men in mind.
I'll tell you don't have black men's best interest.
I said, give me one. Stop saying you would tell me. Give me one example of this.
The example is that you're pushing the agenda.
What's the agenda that I'm pushing?
The agenda is you pushing is like Like, because at the end of, let me say it again, because y'all,
No, hold on, stop. No. See, now you're doing what Anton doing, and you trying to push the goalpost. Answer the question that I asked. You said that I don't have the interest of black men at heart or in mind. I said, Hakeem, that's cool. Give me an example in real time that you can prove from me, Virgil Berry, aka Stacks with the Facts. Notice I don't tell you I'm Stacks, I say I'm Virgil Berry, also known as Stacks with the Facts. Real name, no gimmicks. Give me an example of my not having the best interests of black men at heart and in mind with my content on my platform on YouTube.
Because you call them lame, you insult them, you disrespect them. And at the end of the day, every video you do say, aka Stacks with the Facts. Don't be hypocritical.
How am I being hypocritical? I just told you I said Stacks with the Facts.
I see your videos. You always say,
no, you do. I know you be watching.
Yeah, Virtual Berry, aka Stacks with the Facts. You always say
I know.
Don't be, please don't be hypocritical.
How am I being hypocritical?
Because you always say, because when I asked you, like the last time I was on your show, you said you said, oh, my name is Virgil Berry. I know your name is Virgil Berry, but you always say, yeah, Virgil Berry, aka Stacks with the Facts. Yeah. I call you so-called Stacks with the Facts. That's what I call you.
And I mean, you can say that, though. I mean, like I said, Hakeem, that's cool. Like you just said earlier, I don't know you. You don't know me, right?
And let me tell you something about Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels is a man of God. Anton Daniels is a man of God.
Anton Daniels is not. Let me stop you right there. Let me cut your wisdom. Anton Daniels is not a man of God.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not, because a man of God would have never had that type of conversation with Fleece Johnson.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
No man of God would have ever sat. No, listen, hold on. Let me stop talking for a second. You need to listen right now, right? No man of God who is an actual man of God would ever conduct such a conversation with another male. Ever, never. That wouldn't even be what they would never be talking about that. That wouldn't be what the conversation. No man of God would have ever sat there and allowed Fleece to tell them that they got a nice booty and a nice body and they think they cute. Their eyes are their favorite color. And if we was in jail, I would clap your cheeks. No man of God would even engage. No man of God would ever engage in such a conversation. What are you talking about?
Y'all holding grudges. That's
nah. Stop. Hold on. So I'm going to stop you right here. And this is why I said when it comes to this is the reason why I like when Hakeem comes up, because he is an example in real time of the feminine mindset that is in most males nowadays. And I don't mean that with no just listen. Hakeem, be quiet and listen. I don't want to mute your mic, bro. Right now, practice some manhood and be quiet and listen. Right, because that's what you need to be. You don't need to be talking right now, for real, for real. You need to be listening. Like most of these bras, you need to be quiet and you need to listen, right? Dan Patrick, I'm gonna pass it to you here in a second, right? This is the mindset that is amongst a lot of our young men, right? And listen to how the church has become so corrupted with the demonic spirit of homosexuality, femininity, feminism, right? Molestation, promiscuity, right? That this young brother sit up here and said out his mouth that Anton Daniels is a man of God, as if that is true. Anton is no more a man of God than I am, right? At all. No man of God. I meant Gino would never have a conversation like that. Ivory Hopkins would never have a conversation like that with Anton. Ever. Never. Larry Gators would never have such a conversation. Men of God, my father, who is a man of, well, my father's not a man of God, but my father wouldn't have such a conversation. I can use him as an example, though. Most people who I know who are actual men of God would not ever conduct any type of conversation like that with any guy, anybody. So, you know, Hakeem, you are the personification and poster child of the mindset of guys like Anton. And that's sad because this is the form of manhood that is being pushed specifically through social engineering and YouTube. These are the type of guys that YouTube make famous and popular. Guys who think and perceive things like how Anton do. So much so that our very misguided, confused young brother Hakeem actually would say out of his mouth with some level of some level of believability or like it's actually true that Anton Daniels is a man of God. He's a man of God who travels around parading around this Mika chick, but don't do the same with his wife. No man of God would have travel in the way that Anton does with a woman who's not his wife. So that's very man of godly right there, Hakeem. No man of God would ever do an interview with Fleece Johnson and allow Fleece Johnson to sex play them. No man of God would ever do that. No man of God would ever sit up here and be trying to sue somebody because they're talking about your daughter that we would never know about unless you showed us about her. A man of God would never allow a guy like that to even be around him, man. All right. So I'm about to bring my brother Dan Patrick up, man. Where you at, Dan Patrick? I just want to put you in. Upstage. All right, Dan Patrick, you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Go ahead, my brother Dan Patrick, tap it in. What's good with you, brother?
What's going on, man? Hey, what's good? What's popping? Hey, what's good? What's popping? Hey, I'm Cam Newton.
Go ahead and speak your piece, Dan Patrick, man.
Oh, nothing much, man. Like I said before, man, when it comes to Anton Daniel, like I said, he dropped the ball when it came to that situation, man, with him and Fleece Johnson, because if he was a well-to-do black man, he would never interview a guy like Fleece Johnson to begin with. Because if he's supposed to represent masculinity and a black man with purpose and a strong family, why would he bring a man up like Fleece Johnson? It's a bad look, not only to himself, but also to the whole black community, the whole black demographic. And also, when it comes to the whole Mika situation between him and Mika, like I said, it's his business. But at the same time, if he wants to do that, he cannot quote the Bible like that, because a man of God wouldn't do stuff like that. Like, why would you? Now, first of all, why would you invite Mika instead of your wife when it comes to that type of event? You know, when it comes to Corey Holcomb, like, why would you invite Mika? You should invite your wife. Right. And also, when it comes to him and Mika, it should be business. Like, why would you like the way how he's doing right now? He's basically showcasing what he has. He's basically showcasing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? With the money and all that stuff, with the girls like Mika and all that stuff. And I understand where you're coming from as far as him, like, you can't make money cannot unlame a lame. And that's true, because it's all about character. It's all about what you do with the money as well.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
It's an absolute fact. And like I say, man, the old saying goes, money, man make the money, money don't make the man, right? Because like I say, exactly. I know plenty of corny, goofy lames that got money and they are lacking in masculinity and manhood. Anton Daniels. And like I said earlier, this show ain't even specifically about Anton Daniels, Hakeem. He's just used as a focal point that's being properly talked about on social engineering right now. But outside of that, when we talking about manhood, we talking about masculinity. As my brother Sir Ism say, manalytics. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that balance, man. And the fact that Anton has so many supporters, one of them being clearly our young brother Hakeem Andrews and lots of others, along with probably a large population of YT folks as well, I would imagine. That just goes to show that this mindset resides and abides in a lot of us. And this is the very thing that's going to prevent us from coming fully together on one accord as black men, foundational black American men at that, right? Because we have this population amongst us. And, you know, I don't even like using language like this. I say box cleverly, but when I talk to y'all about HR 1955, the U.S. government wants to eradicate violent radicalization. It wants to eradicate violent, ideologically based violence, and it wants to eradicate homegrown terrorism. Y'all know what eradicate means. So to a certain degree, certain similar language could potentially be used in reference to this aspect of our community that we also need to purge ourselves of, because this is what's going to prevent us. This is the mindset to what led J. Edgar Hoover to saying the only way a black messiah will come from up out of amongst them is if we give it to them. So this is the reason why I had the show on Paul Burson the other day and stuff like that. Anton Daniels is absolutely an agent provocateur and a rabble rouser, and he's clearly in the process with his financial backing from his master, his boss. He say he ain't got at Fox or whoever else, YouTube as well, right? They're clearly funding him to push an agenda. And his agenda is to spread this mindset, ideology amongst young black dudes as well as conservative people of other races and ethnicities as well too. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta sit up there and peep the game, and just like with Hakeem, I mean, it's not because, like you said, I don't know him, so I'm not going to spell. But I'm gonna use him as a focal point because one thing I do respect about Hakeem Andrew, he has enough cojones to at least come up on here and voice his opinion. He has stepped it up to that real level manhood when he put a face on it. And so that goes to the rest of y'all dudes and chicks out there too. Hey, if y'all ain't gonna put no skin in the game, hey man, be quiet, right? Your opinion really don't matter for real, for real. I mean, I respect your opinion, but on the grand scheme, it don't matter. You ain't willing to show us your face and put some skin in the game for whatever reason you don't. My suggestion is if you ain't going to do that in 2026 beyond, shut your mouth. We really don't care what you got to say. What you saying is matter, especially when you come up here unresearched, unlearned, unstudied, lacking in masculinity, lacking in experience, and ain't got no goddamn game whatsoever. And I ain't even specifically meaning that towards Hakeem Andrews. I'm talking about the rest of you Hakeem Andrew, Anton Daniels thinking ass dudes out there, which sad to say is a nice majority of y'all. Go ahead then, Patrick.
Hey, like I said, man, everything what you're saying, I agree. I totally agree, man. Like I said before, like you said, like, you know, you got to put your face on out here. So now you see my face, you know, just keep it real. But that's all I got to say, man.
And you know what, Dan Patrick, man, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. Real ones tap in with me, man. And listen, listen to what I'm saying. I understand if you have a career or a job or a business that can somehow be compromised if you are speaking on certain things online, showing your face. Guess what? Shut up. Keep your opinion to yourself. It don't matter. If you got so much at scrutiny in your actual life to the point to where if you actually voiced your opinions, it will compromise that. Shut up. Shut your damn mouth. Don't say nothing. Get out the comment section. Be quiet. Stop trying to come up on panels and voice your opinion and challenge and antagonize men like you know what you talking about. Shut up. And that, like I said, that ain't just for Hakeem Andrew. That's for all y'all like that, which is a nice amount of y'all. In 2026 on A Real Talk, man, if you want to come up on this panel, you better come up or shut up. And you mess around and get booted up out of the comment section because that's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all hiding behind this anonymity, right? You can sit up here and talk all this stuff online. You ain't even willing enough to show your face, but got the nerve to speak on manhood, and you ain't even showing your damn face. And outside of that, in actual real life, it's cool to come up and talk your stuff on these panels, but even y'all that do that, y'all the ones who, if that it ain't gonna be like that in real life. So y'all not that like that in real life. So what I'm saying is this, man, keep it 100 and keep it manhood in everything that you do. And we can see with how we see how young black males conduct themselves online is a result of how they've been raised offline. Right. Put a number 11 in the chat if you agree with that. Right. Then perhaps you want to say something else, you want to land your plane, bro.
No, that's about it, man. That's all, man. I'm just here, just voicing my opinion, and I'm just want to show you my face. That's all.
Right.
Just let you know that I'm the real deal.
Dan Patrick, listen, I know you a supporter. I know you. You know what I'm saying. I respect you, and my respect level for you just went to the roof for the simple fact that you pay attention and listen and respect the platform that I got over here. And you was listening when you heard me say that. Like, verse 2026, man, you're gonna be on here. I mean, it's cool to be in the comment section and but if you're gonna be voicing your opinion, talking heavy, right? You gotta put a face to that, man. Like, you know what you talking about too. You're gonna be challenging me who get on here, show my face, putting skin in the game, and you're gonna try to challenge my anything. But you ain't willing to put at stake scrutiny what I am, man. Shut up, man. You be a lot of y'all be sounding like these broads, man.
Exactly.
So shout out to my brother Dan Patrick, man, for sitting up there, being a supporter, and man, you know what I'm saying, showing y'all that he willing to put a face to the voice, man. That's how serious he is about. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. What you gonna say?
And I just was saying, like, shout out to you for, you know what I'm saying, being willing to put your face to the voice of the opinion that comes, you know what I'm saying, with all that. You know what I mean? Because as you see, and as I talk about, agent provocateurs and rabble rousers are bound, man. You got people up here talking all this crazy stuff, but they ain't willing to sit up there and put some real live skin in the game. They want to get up on panels and get up in comment sections with faceless avatars with no picture or nothing, or a picture of somebody else. And so we don't know who they is, but want to sit here and talk stuff. Go ahead, then, Patrick.
Right. Oh, no. What I was gonna say is that you know, that whole situation, the whole interview with Anton Daniels and Felice Johnson, right? This may be off topic, but it also shows how the gay community is on the rise too, especially when it comes to, you know, like when it comes to same sex and all that stuff. Like, for example, the way how Felice Johnson was talking to Anton Daniels, that sex talk, it made me think about the other video that you did, the other live stream you did, talking about lesbian relationships is on the rise and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it basically what Anton did was he basically tarnished the masculine principle and the masculine representation of the black community, especially black men. That's just my opinion.
Nah, it's this, and I mean, that's your opinion, but your opinion is based in fact, because like I said, Anton was on Corey's show and said he ain't had no boss, but he also is a Fox News correspondent, which means he has a boss. He also is a very well-known, popular, money-generating content creator, non-content creator on YouTube, which means that he's in the pocket, in the employ, through the profit, through the sharing pro advertisements, all that, which is all owned by Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Who are those guys? They're the CEOs of Google, YouTube, Alphabet. So sitting up here saying you ain't got no boss, man, miss me with that.
Right. You see how it all connects? You got to connect the dots like Steve Coakley. You got to connect the dots.
Rest in essence to Steve Coakley. Where you think I learned some of my dot connecting skills from? Yep,
there you go. Same here with me.
Right.
And you just told me something new right there, man.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I do, Hakeem Andrews. I each one teach one. I use my vast knowledge through my experiences in life and the wisdom that the Most High has given me, and I share it with y'all. Now, whether you accept it or not is up to you. One thing I can say is I show proof and write an exact on everything I talk about. Do I not, Dan Patrick? Do I be up here? And when I am just up here talking and I don't have nothing based in facts to prove it, what do I always say? It could be argued. Don't quote exactly. I'm not all do your due diligence. Hey man, don't believe what I'm saying just because you might like my content and my whatever. Go check this out. I provide y'all with the resources. I provide y'all with the receipts, as y'all say nowadays, to go check out to see if what I'm saying matches up, as I do every time I talk to y'all about HR 1955. That's not just me being some content creating ass dude on YouTube trying to get like, no, that's me putting you up on game about what's going on, because that is actually law. So
the HR 1955, man, that's just an agenda to destroy movements like the Black Panther movements. You know, destroy radical organizations. That's all what it was, man. Once they realized that the Black Panthers were very powerful back in the 60s, they said, no, we got to nip this shit in the bud. Excuse my language.
And not even that, though. This is for right now, because you got to think, man, HR 1955 was passed in 2007. This is just under 19 years ago. So with that being said, HR 1955 is focusing on groups too, but it's more so focusing on individuals.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's why when you read the legislation, it says individual or group. They put the individual first, right? So they were on. That legislation is aimed at me, at you, content creators on YouTube, sitting up here, you know, doing what we do, right?
To destroy the rise of a Black Messiah.
Exactly, right. And with this mindset that Anton got, that Hakeem got, that's the reason why if another Black Messiah was to rise, it would come, they would control it. You think
absolutely, and destroy
you think Anton ain't controlled? He controlled by his masters at Fox and Google, YouTube, Alphabet. Those are his bosses. Just as like there are bosses, they're my boss too. I don't get my AdSense stuff. I don't get my super chat. That's all through the conduit of Google, YouTube, Alphabet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got my own thing going on in actual life, but while I'm on YouTube, I have to abide by the guidelines. Who set those guidelines? Sergey Brin, Larry Page, Wachitsky, Susan Wachitsky, who's over YouTube.
Right.
Did you know that, Hakeem Andrews?
Yeah, I know all that, but let me tell you something. Like people like, if anything, people have like a mindset.
Hold on, let me stop you real quick, though, Hakeem. Let me stop. Let me cut your whistle real quick, man. Hey, man. No disrespect to you, Hakeem, but man, when you be talking about, you be sounding sassy as hell, bruh.
Oh,
that's an insult.
Come on, man.
I'm just being honest with you, bro.
You just insulted me.
I'm not trying. That's the thing. I know how that can be insulting. I'm saying this is not coming from an insulting intent. I'm not trying to insult you, bro. I'm just being honest with you. Your mannerism, your tone of your voice, your inflection, your volume, your pitch, all of that stuff, the way you alliterate and enunciate your words is very sassy. It's very feminine in its nature, man. I got to be honest with you about that, man. And that's not an insult to you, brother.
I can't control how I talk.
But listen to what I'm saying. It's indication of a lack of masculinity and manhood in not just you, but because I know a lot of young brothers who are very, I'll say, soft-spoken like you. And I just find that to be interesting though, because when I looked into it and when I noticed it, I noticed that the young brothers who speak in the way you do, they ain't got their dads ain't in their lives in no shape, form, or fashion.
Well, I'm kind of soft spoken to some degree, but I don't know.
That's the difference between being soft spoken and sassy though, like how a female would talk.
Right? I'm gonna say this too.
I can be soft spoken.
I'm gonna say this too. You FBAs wonder why like certain blacks like leave the black community and say after black community. Mm-hmm. I have that mindset too. Like I like after black community too, because like yeah, you right. You do have a boss. Your boss is Tariq Nasheed. Anton Daniels don't have a boss.
I just told you who's Anton. Not only Anton Daniels, but mine, Tariq's, Red's, any other person who calls themselves a content creator on YouTube, especially if you're making money like how Anton is, allegedly. Oh, you absolutely got a boss on YouTube, and their names are Larry Page, Sergey Brin, and Susan Wachitsky. That's who your bosses are.
Mm-hmm. And it's more than one, like you just said.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, Hakeem. Do you understand that? Do you comprehend that?
I very much comprehend
that. Okay, so when you just made your statement saying Anton doesn't have a boss, that was a false, inaccurate statement. And this is why I say, young brother, hold on, let me finish. This is why I say, man, to do your due diligence, man. And not only that, you got to have a level and a modicum of honesty, and you got to have some accountability about this. So you got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, look at things from a perspective of masculinity, man. Because to sit up here and say that Anton ain't got no boss, but Tariq got a boss, but Anton and Tariq are both very successful content creators on the same platform, that is very, very, that is not even so much, that's beyond contradiction. That's cognitive dissonance. And I've been telling y'all what I've been telling y'all about cognitive dissonance, man. Cognitive dissonance is like a disease that runs rampant, especially amongst our young people. What is cognitive dissonance? Having two opposing views and believing on both.
Can I say something?
Right. Hold on. Now we are contradictory by nature due to how we have been manipulated into the way we are now. Right. But and this is a big one too. But when it gets to the level of cognitive dissonance, though, that's different. Right? Now go ahead, young brother.
I'm gonna say this too, like for you guys, for you, like and Red Supreme and other FBA YouTubers to be bringing up the anti-police Johnson situation. Maybe you guys are secretly undercover homosexuals.
No, we already addressed this, Hakeem. No, listen, Hakeem, you already said this earlier. This is your second time bringing this up. Listen, I can only speak for myself, right? I could only speak to myself. I could only speak for myself, or should I say, I'm only going to speak for myself, right? Like I said earlier, if I was a homosexual, everybody would know, right? It wouldn't be something that I would hide or shy away from. Although it is very shameful and something you should not want nobody to know. If I was gay, it wouldn't be like that, for one. Two, I'm not. I'm a very masculine, manly man. I love women. I love female. I love everything about them. The spirit of homosexuality does not reside or abide within me and is currently not presiding over me. No, it is not. Right? Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. I'm speaking for me now, right? I love women. I absolutely love women. I've been dealing with women all my life, man, since I was a young boy. And up until now, I've basically had my way with women, right? And continue to. Right? Just because of the type of man I am, the type of man I've developed into. And the reason why I have the feelings towards homosexuality from every way I do, for one, although I'm not a man of God, I'm a man of godly principles to a degree. And I know that the Most High shuns all sin, right? But he absolutely despises that one, right? Specifically, right? Not only that, it's totally unnatural and totally contrary to what it is to be a man, right? There's nothing manly or masculine about two guys engaging sexually. Nothing at all. There's nothing that can come from that. It's totally against the Most High. It's very demonic, right? In all of its aspects and natures. There's no way you can make it acceptable, right, and exact. Life cannot come from that, right? Nor can life come from the interaction of sexually two females, which is equally as disgusting, right? So with that being said, no, I'm not secretly in a closet. I don't have latent homosexual tendencies or feelings or none of that stuff, man. I've been in prison with some of the most diverse and ranging types of homosexual guys you could ever come. That's how I know the spirit when I see it, man. So I've experienced it as far as living around it and seeing it in real time. I was locked up with a lot of Fleece Johnson ass dudes. And Fleece Johnson would have never came at me like that. That wouldn't even have been a conversation that me and Fleece would have had if I was going to entertain a conversation with Fleece, which I don't think having a conversation with Fleece is not a bad thing, as long as y'all talking about something contextualized with some good or something positive that can come out of it, which there's a positive conversation to be had with Fleece Johnson, believe it or not. Right? Anton just did not have that with him. Anton allowed Fleece Johnson to sex play him. When Anton first even reached out to goddamn it Fleece sensed the spirit of homosexuality that could possibly potentially be residing, abiding within Anton off top, which is why he decided to sex play him on his show like that. And when he see that, when Fleece saw that, oh, Anton's sweet, he went all the way in, right? But like most people may assume about Fleece ain't stupid. If y'all pay attention, you don't survive 40 years in prison by being stupid. Let me tell you that right now, right? Let me tell you that right now. But one thing Fleece did capitalize off was, oh, not only do I get to make some money from talking about how I actually really am, I can also possibly potentially get some new cheeks because like he said, y'all act like I went through all this stuff and act like y'all surprised that I like booty. Pause.
Oh.
Right? And Fleece felt the demonic presence of homosexuality within Anton to some degree, which is why he felt comfortable sex playing that man like that. Because Fleece even said, before he even went in further, because Anton said, nah, you can say what you want to say. Fleece said, nah, I'm going to stop because I don't want to disrespect you in your house. This is what Fleece said. He said, I don't want to disrespect you. But when Anton said, nah, go ahead, you can say what you want. Fleece was like, oh, he's sweet. Okay. Anybody ever tell you got a nice body? Nice butt? I do.
Oh my God.
You think you got a nice body?
Up the floodgates.
You think you got a nice butt? He said, I do. Anton took off his glasses. Fleece said, oh man.
Y'all still
that nigga Anton said, what? No, hold on, stop.
Oh, shit.
Anton said, what, Fleece? He said, man, what color is your eyes? He said, the brown. That nigga Fleece said, it's my favorite color, man. That is allowing a man to sex play you.
Idiotic. That's what it's called. It's
called sex playing is very idiotic. And allowing somebody to do it to you is very unmanly. And that's what Anton did. So Anton is absolutely unmanly. He ain't got a man bone in his body.
You don't know that.
Oh, I know that for a fact because I watched him allow himself to be sex played in my eyes. I know that for a fact. If we was on lockup, police would press Anton, or Anton would be coerced into willingly giving up his cheeks, which means the spirit of homosexuality is already residing and abiding within him.
Which is,
I put it this way: Anton is a whore for money.
About it.
Anton is a whore for money.
That's a fact. What you say, Hakeem Andrews?
Which is a sign that you keep bringing it up. That's a sign that you kind of gay, low key. Anyway,
that's not a sign that I'm gay. This is what I'm saying. That's a very. Let me just say something to you, and that's why I say a lot of y'all think like women. That's what something a woman would say, right? No, that doesn't mean that I'm gay at all. What that means is, well, this is what it means. I'm gonna tell you what it means. What it means is, while Anton and guys like you who support Anton and have the same mindset try to make it seem like that ain't nothing serious, that's okay. That doesn't. No, I'm the dude that's like, nah, young brother, you don't let no dude sex play you. That's the ultimate disrespect. If you allow this to happen, you will never have the respect amongst men that you're gonna need in life to get ahead in life, because we don't respect that. At all. No man respects that. I don't know no man who's a man who would ever allow another guy to talk to him like that, even in a jokingly way. We don't joke like that. We don't play booty games where I'm from. That'll get fire slapped out your mouth talking to real ones where I'm from, where most of us are from like that. Dan Patrick, you from where I'm from, not the city, not the state, but the environment, the same stuff. Who in the hood play like that? Where could you have ever said? Where could you have ever seen or said, or would you be accepted amongst the collective of real ones where you from if somebody got the information that you allow somebody to sex play you?
Oh no, they won't play that shit, man. They'll say get the fuck away with that bullshit.
Right, and that's why it's important for us to always bring this up for y'all who think that Anton is this type of guy or people like him. No, he's a fun boy in disguise that allow a nigga to sex play him on his own show. He a goofy, he a cornball, he's soft, he ain't no man. If he ain't talking about finances, which he has not proven, he need to be doing content on finances and putting us up on game about that, which is questionable. I ain't seen one video from Anton where he is actually giving up game that I could use in my life to help my financial situation. I'm not saying he ain't got it. I'm saying I ain't seen it, which means all the content I've been seeing from Anton is things of this nature. Right? And it's very unmanly. And Anton and dudes like him ain't men. They're not men, right? At all. They're not accepted amongst the collective of us men. Nor will you, if you take on that same mentality or if you support such a guy. And if you think, and I'm gonna keep repeating this, man, listen, young brothers, if y'all think y'all want to become successful in life with this mindset and thinking that men like me, Dan Patrick, real men, if y'all think that y'all gonna make it in life without our acceptance in our collective, y'all wrong, man. And y'all starting to see that now. You're starting to see that now. That's what Trump is a representation of. And I don't support Trump at all, except for immigration. Right?
We don't need your acceptance.
Oh, you definitely need our acceptance. That's the reason why Anton. No, y'all need our acceptance. That's the reason why Anton is conducting himself in the way he is now, talking all this tough stuff. I would have kicked Corey out because he want real ones like me, like us, to accept him. He want to be accepted amongst us. He want to be able to come amongst us, but he can't. Because once we seen that Fleece Johnson interview, it was a wrap for his manhood card. He'll never be accepted amongst the collective of men. Men will only engage with him up until the point that it's financially feasible to do so, meaning business. And even in business, right, to a certain degree, if you're not accepted amongst men, you ain't gonna be too successful in business unless you're dealing with fun boys. And as we see, the fun boys are starting to fizzle out as well. Their influence is waning. Is depleting by the day.
And no disrespect to the gay community, but the only thing that was repressed, and the only thing that was repressed to them was their sexual desires. That's it.
That's it. which
I
are very
caught it.
listen, mind you, which are very ungodly and very unmanly.
Yeah. You're a male. You're not a man. You're just a male.
That's it. And I
I
think a
caught
lot
it.
of y'all young brothers out there have blurred the line. Y'all, the things that y'all think, y'all have been taught what manhood is from y'all's mamas who don't have the clue. Most of them weren't raised by their daddies. And if their daddies was in their life, their daddies wasn't men.
You was raised
This
by
is
a
why
single mother
both
too.
parents matters in
No,
a
I was
child's
raised by
life.
my
It
listen here.
matters.
I was raised by my single mother, but then you didn't hear me just say, my dad's been in my life my entire life. And on top of that, when my dad wasn't able to be a man, example of a man for me, guess what my mom did? She put me in mentoring programs so I could be around men who could show me how to be a man. That's why I'm such a well-rounded man.
See, there you
And I'm a
go.
man too.
Right?
I'm a man too. It's sad that you have a certain mindset. You've been locked up because of the choices that you made.
Exactly.
I've never been in prison. Like I've never
But
been locked
that
up.
don't mean nothing. You know how many goofy ass lanes that ain't never been in a joint?
Oh, and for the record,
Anton's
I'm
one of
a
them.
and for the record,
Anton's one of them.
and for the record, I'm a product of co-parenting because even though my parents split up when I was like 5 or 6 years old, my
Right.
father was still there in my life until he
Right.
passed away when I was 16.
Right.
So having both parents matters in a child's life.
It
And I'm
definitely
glad he
does.
put me on game the best way
Absolutely
he
does.
could.
Right.
You
And
damn
I
right.
have both of my
support
parents in my
Anton
life too.
Daniels. You damn right. I support Anton Daniels.
I mean, that's your choice to do, but I'll just let you know if you support Anton Daniels, more than likely you probably a fuck nigga, man.
No, I'm not.
And I'm be real with you,
don't know
man.
me.
I mean, you can say you're not, but I'm telling you, ain't no real ones supporting
You're
guys like Anton. I'm
homosexual
gonna
for
tell you that
bringing
right
it
now.
up. You're homosexual for bringing up the footage that was.
No, I'm not. I'm not
that's a
homosexual for
decade
bringing
old.
that.
You are
That doesn't make me a homosexual, Hakeem
You
Andrews. That
are
doesn't make me a
homosexual for
homosexual.
talking about it.
No, it doesn't.
Let it go.
No, never. Every time Anton try to act like he tough, every time
No, he's
millions
not.
like you try to support him like he is a man or he's a representation of black masculinity, a real
He
representation of
is.
black
He
masculinity, me
is.
is going to tell y'all that he ain't, and I'm going to prove to y'all he ain't. Every
He
trick.
is.
Right?
And for
And
the
that's
record,
okay, you
man,
can think that, but I'm telling you right now, Hakeem Andrews, this majority of black men absolutely do not agree with you on that.
You gay for keep talking about it. Like,
no,
let
I'm
that
not
shit
gay for
go.
keep talking about it. No, I'm not. I'm absolutely not. Put a number 11 in the chat if y'all think I'm gay. And I
And
don't
y'all
keep
wonder
talking about
why
it.
the
Listen
black
what I'm saying. Listen, this is the
can't get
difference
nowhere.
between me and other people. See, like I said, I'm using Anton as a focal point. I'm really addressing and attacking the behavior, the mindset. Anton just happens to be a guy who has this behavior and mindset that's popular and be in the news media, so to speak, right now. So of course I'm going to use him as a focal point because at the end of the day, I'm a businessman and I'm an actual content creator. Right.
And you wonder why.
But later on the night though, right? Later on the night, see, this is what I'm saying. See, if you tap in all the way, you would know that I don't really even talk about stuff like this mostly, right? This is what we talking about tonight. We talking about something that actually, not saying that this doesn't matter because it matters to the extent that it does, right? But this actually is a little bit more important, and this is what we're going to be talking about later on tonight.
And you wonder why the ethnic community can't get nowhere because people like you have a certain mindset. Like that footage is old. Like let it go.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm never letting it go.
Talking about it.
No, never.
You gay for talking about it.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm just not.
You are. If you not
I mean, that's your opinion. And like you said, Hakeem, you don't know me, so you saying that means nothing. I don't have to know you. I don't have to know. I didn't say that you were gay either. I don't think that you're gay. I wouldn't be surprised if you were. I think you're very feminine, but just because you're feminine don't mean you gay.
You just said that was like you whispered something that was kind of like on such and such. Yes, you did call me gay. And
I never said you were gay. I said you were sassy.
That's
not the same thing.
That's still an insult.
And I didn't even say, hold on, let me correct myself while correcting you. I didn't say that you were sassy. I say the way that you talk comes off as sassy sometimes.
I can't control how I talk.
You actually can control how you talk. You actually can control how you talk. See, let me give you an example of how we can control when we talk. See, now that I'm talking in my just calm speaking voice, and I'm just regular now. Or I can act like I got an English accent, which is very bad. I can control the way I talk, just like you can. Meaning, not only can I control how the way I talk sounds, I can control what I say. See, I can talk without using no profanity, without raising my voice, and use very articulate, very, very distinctful and descriptive words and language, because I have a command of the English language. My vocabulary is infinite, right?
And you wonder why the FBA community can't get nowhere. You wonder why
that's the thing, though. You keep saying
women don't respect you.
Black women respect me. They don't disrespect me.
I'm talking about FBA, so-called FBA black men as a whole, because you wonder why most black women don't respect you.
Nah, no, most black women do respect us, right?
I highly doubt it.
But it's a larger percentage that don't. It's not that they, and that's because of certain things, though. But one thing that people like yourself try to say, but see, that's the thing. The reason that you said what you just said, you just proved the point, right? You actually just contradicted yourself. You said that nobody's listening to FBA. You're listening. You see the impact in the movement going on, so much so that you feel the need to speak out against it. Yeah, so much so that you. So listen here, you're so much. FBA is having so much of an impact, right? Culturally, that politically, I would even say, and socially, that a person who wants to claim no allegiance to FBA and is in fact the FBA himself, finds it important, goes out of his way, you could even say, to come up on panels to go against anything FBA. And he's an FBA himself.
That's what it is. It's a cult.
It's not a cult.
It is.
It's not a cult. FBA doesn't even have a litter or a structure, a hierarchical structure. There's no president, there's no founder, there's no none of that.
Yes, Tariq Nasheed is a founder. And
no, Tariq, he didn't found anything, man.
Yes, he did.
No, he
yes,
didn't. Prove it. Prove it. What year? In what year did Tariq incorporate? Right, 501c3 or as an actual nonprofit S corporation LLC? When did he incorporate it?
In 2022.
When? Where at?
In 2022.
In 2022. So you're telling me I could look up FBA Foundation organization on Google right now, and it's going to give me all that information? That's what you're telling me?
I mean, you Google it all.
No. That's what you're telling me right now?
Yeah.
Man, I'm not going to do that because I know that's not true. FBA is not an organization. There's no organization called FBA. It just doesn't exist.
Anton Daniels is not bought and paid for.
Anton Daniels is absolutely bought and paid for.
No, he's not.
Bought and paid for by his bosses and his masters at Fox. He's a Fox News correspondent. Do you know who the CEO of Fox News is?
Yeah,
Fox Corporation.
Yeah, I do. But Anton
What's his name? What's his name?
Do I have to tell you his name?
Yes, you have to tell me. Yes, you said you know. Listen here, Hakeem Andrews. A man speaks on what he knows. He doesn't do guesswork. He shows and proves that which he's talking about by facts, evidence, statistics, and data. Rest in the essence to Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels divided the community.
We're not talking about Kevin Samuels. See, that's what I'm saying. This is what I see that you picked up from Anton, and you're not that good at it, just like Anton ain't. You can't derail the conversation when you're talking to an actual man like myself. We're gonna stay right here, bruh. Right? We're gonna stay right here. Who is the CEO of Fox News?
Yeah,
Mr. I know who this person is. Just say you don't know. Just know. See, that's the thing. Say his name.
Do I have to?
Yes. And while you're trying to stall to Google it, it's a woman. It's not even a man. Right? So what I'm saying is this, Hakeem Andrews, you come off very sassy. I'm not saying you are sassy. I don't know. Y'all don't know if you're sassy, but you come off very sassy. You're unread, unstudied, unresearched, unlearned. You're lacking in masculinity. I can tell that.
Just like you are.
Nah, but okay. So if I am, you should be able to prove to me how I am not.
Suzanne Scott is the CEO of Fox.
Of course she is. I know that. I just told you she's a woman. I just told you that.
I bet knew the answer.
No, you didn't, because you said him, referring to a male or a man. You didn't know that. You just Googled that, which is fine. Right?
You don't know what I Google, and I didn't
I know
Google
what you
them
did.
things
I
for
know
one.
what you don't know, and I know what you're lacking in, and I don't even know you. And that's because I don't know you personally,
I
but
know
I
what
know what
you
you're
don't
lacking
know.
in.
Like, if point is you pushing the agenda, like
What's the agenda that I'm pushing?
you're not as you're not as intelligent as you think you are.
Prove to me that I'm not. I'm more intelligent than what I even admit that I am. But see, I'm only smart enough to know how much I don't know. Right?
Because at the end of the day, you follow in the footsteps of Tariq Nasheed. You follow in the
How? I don't
footsteps
talk about
of
half of the stuff Tariq does.
you follow in the footsteps of your boy Red Supreme.
I rock with my boy Red Supreme. We don't agree on everything. We don't talk about the same thing all the time. We don't have the same audience all like that.
Yeah. That there's truth to that. But at the same
So
time,
I
y'all
mean,
have a
you're
lot in
negating
common.
every time you say something. You're contradicting yourself, bro. That's why I
You're
say it's like a
contradicting
brawl, man.
yourself. You have a
How?
lot in common.
What did I say that contradicts anything I'm saying?
Keep bringing up the same ass talking points
That's
that
not
Anton
contradiction, bro. That's called
Daniels.
repetition, young brother. That's not contradiction. That's called repetition, bro.
You bringing the same old talking points that Anton Daniels saying that Fleece Johnson sex play. That is
He
old.
did
Like, get
sex
over
claim.
it.
He
Get
did sex
over it. Let it
claim.
He did.
go. Let it
No, I'm
go.
never
He
letting
did.
it go. I'm going to bring it up every single
that means you
time.
gay then if you're not letting it go. That
No, it
means you
doesn't
gay
mean
then if
I'm
you're not
gay. And
letting
that's
it
the
go.
thing. It doesn't mean I'm gay, Hakeem. It does not mean that you can't get one chick or one dude to come on here and say they agree with you on that.
That which goes to show that you and Red Supreme are undercover homosexuals.
I mean, if that's what you think, that's what you
Oh,
think, though.
You keep
Baby, am I
bringing
an undercover homosexual?
No, that
So what I'm saying is you gotta do your due diligence, man. You gotta be able to show and prove, man. Because if I was
do
gay,
your
that'd have
due
been a nigga saying that.
diligence. Do your due diligence. You keep bringing the same old thing up.
Nah, I
about
do my
Anton
due diligence.
Daniels.
That's why I keep bringing up the same thing. It's called repetition, man. Repetition is the key. Have you ever heard that before? That's an old saying from back in the day. Repetition is the
Anton
key.
Daniels did a whole lot more for the black community than Tariq Nasheed.
I mean, that could be argued. I'm not disagreeing or agreeing with you on that. That could be argued. And then again, since you coming on my platform, not coming up, showing your face and saying that, what is your proof to prove that? Where's your evidence to prove such a claim?
Tariq Nasheed is bought and paid
Where's
for.
your evidence to prove such a claim that Anton Daniel has done more for the so-called black community than Tariq Nasheed? Prove it.
He hires
Prove
more black
it.
people.
No, I don't want to hear your little. No, prove it. Google something, man. Pull it up. Exactly, man.
I don't
Exactly.
have to prove anything.
Exactly. Yo, exactly, Hakeem Andrews. Exactly. Exactly, bro. This is the problem with our young brothers, man. Coming up on these panels, not showing their face, just sounding stupid, like how a female would sound, man. How an unlearned, unresearched female is going off of her emotions, just talking about how she feel and what she feel, not what she knows, what she can prove.
You.
Right? I mean, if that's how you feel, that's all good. You keep coming back up on my panel, though. Right? But see, me being a man who understands that you're a younger male who needs some masculine and manhood guidance, I allow you to keep coming on my platform because I know you're over here soaking up game. Now, how much you do and how much you apply to your life, that's on you. Right? But one thing I know about masculinity and manhood, it draws people to you, even people who are deprived of it and lacking of it and don't have no respect for it. But the nature, us as young men, we strive, we long for the guidance of our fellow men. I know I do. I still talk to my pops. I got my older homies who I call for guidance and counsel when I need it. You did.
Do you talk about the Jews? Because that's
I don't give a damn about the Jews, man. I don't care about the Jews. When it's time to talk about them, I do. And let me tell y'all something else, man. While y'all come up on platforms, not coming up, talking, making, hey, man, I talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about on my platform, bruh.
As you have the right to. Like,
so where do y'all get off telling people what they should be talking about or trying to make suggestions without really making a suggestion, though, in this very disingenuous way you're doing it? I talk about the Jews. Listen here, I'm gonna talk about the Jews when it's necessary for me. Stacks with the facts. Virgil Berry, aka Stacks with the Facts, talk about them.
So-called
right?
Stacks with the
No,
Facts.
I am Stacks with the Facts. I'm Stacks with the Facts for lots of reasons. One, because I'm a guy who is actually getting to some actual money and increasing my financial situation. Right. my credit and money wise, and also stacks with the facts because everything I say is actually factual and true and can be proven to be so. And when it's not, I'll let you know, right? And like I said, this is not a name that I came up with for myself. The people named me Stacks with the Facts because I'm known for spitting the goddamn facts. And I'm known for getting stacks, so it only makes sense to call me Stacks with the Facts. See, I used to be Stacks with the Facts. Now I'm Stacks with the Facts.
Well, you did a hell of a good job of misleading them.
Who did I mislead?
Because at the end of the day, like you're not as Stacks of the Facts as you think you are.
I mean, that's your opinion, though. Well, prove me wrong. You haven't proved me wrong once since you've been coming on my panel. You have yet to prove me wrong in anything I say.
Man, I'm just chilling, just listening.
Because like you keep bringing up the same. You keep bringing.
I mean, you keep saying I'm bringing up the same stuff, but I'm bringing up the same stuff that is factually actually true.
The footage is old.
It don't matter. It's true. It's the facts. It's actual facts. It's facts, though. You said that I'm not. You said I'm so-called Stacks with the Facts, indicating that I do not tell the truth. So you have to prove that by proving to the people that I don't state the facts, meaning that I've lied and told not the truth.
You say that Trump is bought and paid for. Trump
is absolutely bought and paid for.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Do you know who Sheldon Adelson is? Now lie and say you do. I'm gonna give you time to Google Sheldon Adelson. Sheldon, listen, here, I'm gonna give you some more game. Sheldon Adelson, right? SHELDON ADELSON. Sheldon Adelson is one of Trump's major supporters. Matter of fact, he was the #1 contributor to his campaign, both of them. Who is Sheldon Adelson? By his last name, if you are well-studied, learned, and versed, you should know who he is. But since you're not, Hakeem, I know for one, you don't know who that is. Two, you don't know what or who he is.
I know exactly who he is.
You might know it now that you done Googled it, that I told you about it.
I didn't Google a damn thing. You don't know what
right?
I'm doing. I didn't Google a damn thing.
Like I say, though, Trump is bought and paid for by the likes of Sheldon Adelson, and others. He's very much bought and paid for.
Well, that's your opinion.
That's not my opinion. That is a fact. As in Sheldon Adelson is his #1 contributing to his campaign. Now, I could do a whole entire separate show on just who Sheldon Adelson is alone. Y'all go Google Sheldon Adelson and see who he is, what corporations he runs, and who his partners are. And y'all tell me if Trump ain't bought and paid for. And that's just one person.
Just like Tariq Nasheed is bought and paid for.
By who? By who outside of YouTube, which we all are paid for by. I don't know about bought, but we definitely paid by him. Who is Tariq Nasheed bought and paid for by? Please tell me. Give me a name or organization.
I'm not going to tell you who he's bought and paid for.
Because you do not know. See, this is the reason why I'm about to drop you down, Hakeem. Because dudes like you come on platforms like this, y'all talk, and y'all don't be having nothing to support what you're saying. I'm not saying that I agree 100% with Tariq. I'm not saying I support him in any and everything he does. But all y'all be saying all this stuff about Tariq, and I have yet to see proof and evidence of scamming, grifting, not being about the people, taking people up top. I have yet to see the proof of it, man.
He is.
You saying he is, but where's the proof? Prove it. If he is, you should be able to prove it. You should even be able to contextually prove it.
CIA.
You should listen. You should be able to. You should be able to look through Tariq. Listen. You should be able to look through Tariq's content and through your deductive reasoning, your critical thinking, and your process of elimination, and connect the dots with people who he's familiar with and in business with to see where the money go to, where it come from. I have yet to see any of y'all non-content creating Tariq Nasheed hating ass ninjas do that. And until I do, everybody who say something foul about Tariq, man, you just jealous and salty like a broad, man. Shut up. Matter of fact, all y'all, man, for real, from now on out, don't bring up Tariq unless you got proof on my goddamn platform that he's guilty of anything y'all lame be accusing him of, man. Don't bring him up. And if you do, I'm going to drop your ass down.
Just like you jealous of Anton Daniels.
I'm not jealous of Anton Daniels, man. I don't even know him. He ain't got nothing that I want or to be jealous of. I'm lit in real life, man. I'm actually handsome, charismatic, and magnetic in real life. I get my way with bras,
You
man. I
keep
get to the
bringing up
bag,
the
man. I've
same
always had my way.
footage. You keep bringing up the same footage.
I'm going to
like
continue to bring
that's
up the same ish, man. I'm going to continue so people can know and understand that this nigga ain't no man. So whenever he come up in the news, perping like he a man, like he tough, like he punked Corey, like he hold Corey, like
He
Corey was
did
scared.
punk Corey.
He didn't do any of that shit,
He
man.
did
None of
punk
that.
Corey.
He ain't did none of that.
Corey got in his face, if anything.
Like
Corey
I said, man. Like I said, Anton ain't no man. And niggas who follow Anton, dudes who support Anton, more than likely ain't men either.
Corey got in his
real
face,
men
if anything.
do not support that type stuff. Now, before I end this show, what I'm about to do, anything else you want to say before I drop you down, Hakeem?
I'm gonna say is this. I'm gonna say this.
Man, I'm just laying down like Biggie Smalls.
You wonder why certain black people like leave the FBA community and stay at the black community, and I'm one of them. Because at the end of the day, like, this is why we can't get nowhere as a group.
Yeah, because y'all don't fit with us. Y'all don't belong. Y'all ain't like us. Y'all skin folk, but y'all ain't kin folk, and that's cool. We've been dealing with y'all our whole lives, man. It ain't nothing. We understand.
Cool,
listen here, Hakeem, we understand that there's a population amongst us FBAs that we got to, what I say earlier. Did y'all pay attention to what I said earlier? Did you pay attention to what I said earlier, Hakeem? I understand that. I understand warfare. I understand psychological warfare and I understand this stuff. And I know it's going to be a population of us that we have to disassociate with and delineate from. And Anton and Hakeem, y'all the dudes who are part of that population. So go on. Bye. See ya. See how that work out for you going forward, though.
We don't need your acceptance.
Okay, that's okay. See how that is. Okay. Wash your hands then. I should never see you come on my panel again then.
I like women too. And for you
I never said you didn't like women. I never implied that you did.
And for you to be bringing up the Anton Daniels, Fleece Johnson thing like over and over and not letting it go, that means you gay, period.
That doesn't mean I'm gay, man. Not one man who's a man will agree with you on that.
It's called business at the end of the day.
It's not called business, man. No, that's not business, man.
That you FBAs don't understand.
That's not business. That's not business, young brother. That's not business at all. Do you own a business? Have you ever owned a business? Are you in business right now? Are you in business for yourself? Do you work for yourself? Do you own a business? Do you run a business? I do.
What that's supposed to mean?
What I'm saying is that ain't got nothing to do with business. Sexuality ain't got nothing to do with business.
He can't control how what Fleece Johnson say. Or
he can absolutely control what Fleece Johnson said. Because let me tell you what would have happened had that have been me and Fleece Johnson did that disrespectful shit. That interview would have ended. And it probably would have ended violently.
You would have got sued and you would have went to jail.
I wouldn't have got sued.
Yeah, you would have had.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I ain't gonna say I wouldn't got sued. If Fleece would have sued me, Fleece would have sued me. Oh well, I'm a man. I stand on mine. Okay, whatever. So what? I got the money. I got lawyer money, bruh.
You allowed your emotions to get the best.
No, it's not my emotions, because it wouldn't have happened on camera. It would have happened off camera. I would have never let it, unless he put his hands on me on camera. That's different, right? I'm definitely going to defend myself. But I would have cut the camera off and slapped fire out of Fleece asking me some shit like that. Just like if I was Corey, I'd have cut the camera off, like how the camera, when the camera's cut off, that would have been the time when I would have been scraping Anton for saying that to me, if I was going to go that far.
Corey was acting like he was all hard, like Anton.
I mean, that's neither here or there. That's pointless, though. That's neither here or there. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about any of that.
Anton Daniels checked Corey.
Anton Daniels ain't checked nothing. Only goofy. Listen, let me know he did. Only goofy ass, lame ass, real in life soft ass dudes who ain't never been in no type of real conflict think that Anton checked Corey.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He did not check Corey. He did.
Got in his face.
He did. He ain't checked Corey.
He checked Corey.
He checked Corey by putting a lawsuit on him and saying that his little daughter is going through emotional distress because he sit up there talking crazy and Corey came back how he came back.
Which Anton brings?
Listen here, Anton didn't check nothing. Nothing. He didn't check anything. He made himself look worse. right?
Which Anton brought up the DISSECT
Anton
thing
ain't did
just
nothing. I'm gonna tell you right
goes to
now.
show
Anton
Corey
ain't
got
did
in his
nothing.
feelings. Corey got in his feelings.
Anton responded much. He reacted like how a brawl would react in that situation.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He had a whole security guard there. If that would have been a one-on-one interview with just him and Corey in a room alone, I guarantee you that's not how it would have went. That's not how it would have went at all. Anton ain't got a tough bone in his body, and Corey barely got one in his, right?
But you
Let's just be honest, right?
You defend Corey. Like
I'm not defending Corey. I'm defending
Yes, you
manhood,
are.
because Corey did some very, I'm not going to necessarily say unmanly shit, but he did some very distasteful shit, right? But I know lots of men who done distasteful things. That doesn't take away from their manhood, though, right? And at the end of the day, Corey's a comedian. As much as y'all don't want to admit this or accept this, comedians are exempt from certain things. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Whether you want to accept that or not is on you, right? But Corey's a comedian. And Anton made the unmanly mistake of making his family situation public, leaving them to public scrutiny. Now, could Corey be held to some type of account for that? Possibly, potentially, it could be argued. But like a man, Corey said, I got lawyer money, it's whatever. And I'm the same way, standing on my manhood, defending it, protecting it. Yes, I'm willing to spend some lawyer money on that. Right? Flat out. And it's just like that. And that's what a man is willing to do, especially when it comes to your manhood. And one of the main things as a man, things as a man is allowing somebody to sex play. That is very unmanly.
Manhood.
You'll never be accepted as a man amongst the collective of men long as you allow people to sex play you and think that that's acceptable for some reason.
So I don't care about being accepted.
Okay, so like I said, you can care not about being accepted. Watch how your life goes not being accepted amongst men. It ain't gonna go good for you. I'm telling you, it's not. It's just not.
Because at the end of the day, like you so-called FBAs, like we don't need you either. Like,
nah, if you don't, okay, that's cool. Y'all don't need us. The Mexicans said the same thing. Huh? Africans said the same thing. Haitians said the same thing. Cubans said the same thing. Huh? They said they don't need FBI. They don't need us niggas, right? Who they calling for assistance right now? Who they mad that we ain't out in the streets protesting with them right now? FBAs. So like I said, Hakeem Andrew, the way you perceive things, the way you look at things, sometimes how you talk is very feminine in its nature. And I can tell that's not disrespect. That's not an insult. That is a statement of fact and observation based off of just you talking. I don't even know you and I never met you and I can tell that. And I pretty much by talking to you have deciphered that and even got you to admit that your own self.
You think you really think that?
No, I know that. I can prove it. I got it recorded on my show archive. I got it in actual real time.
Yeah, like just like you have a certain mindset, keep bringing the same old thing about Anton.
Yeah, but the difference between me and you, listen here, Hakeem, the difference between me and you is I'm a man and you're not.
I am a man.
No, you're not, bro. You're not. You're a male. You got the potential to be a man if you soak up some game and sit up here and really get on board. But as long as you keep yourself the way you are now, it's going to be difficult for you to understand what manhood and masculinity is because you're lacking in it and you haven't been raised by it or with it. And I can tell. And I think most people in the comment section can tell too. Put a number 11 in the chat comment section if y'all believe that this guy was raised in a household where masculinity and manhood ruled.
You clearly don't have black man's best interest in mind.
Right. Put a number 11 in the chat if you agree with me on that. Put a number 11 in the chat if y'all think that Hakeem Andrews is the male who possesses manhood and masculinity.
You clearly don't have black man's best interest in mind. At the end of the day, you don't know who I was raised by.
I know who you told me you wasn't raised by, and that was your father.
I mean, just because I didn't have my father in my life.
Okay, so stop you right there. But so if you wasn't raised by your father, listen,
man.
I can tell you wasn't. I can tell by the way you talk, the way you perceive things. I can tell you wasn't. I ain't saying you didn't have a male presence in your life. You didn't have a masculine manhood presence in your life at all. I can tell that Because if you did, you would not be supporting a male Jezebel like Anton at all. At all.
Why do you hate Anton so?
I keep telling you, I don't hate Anton. I don't know Anton. I can't. There's no. Listen here. Listen here, Hakeem. There's no way I could hate Anton. I don't know him. I don't know enough about Anton to say that I don't hate anybody, right? For one, I don't. Listen here. I don't have the ability, or should I say, I don't practice the ability to hate people. I got more important, productive shit to do with my energy. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. Some things that I hate. I don't hate people though, right? With that being said, I actually got love for you. I actually got love for Anton, for real. Do I respect Anton?
Do you?
No, right? Don't mistake my not respect for Anton as a man as I hate him, because I don't. Like I said, I don't even know Anton. I haven't had any experiences with him to make me say I hate him. I might resent some of the things he stands for, but I don't hate him. I actually feel kind of sorry for Anton because I know that he didn't grow up with the type of game that I grew up with. He wasn't privileged enough to have gained up ass, grown ass, masculine, manly manhood, standing on principle men, putting him up on game on how to conduct himself with women and females and amongst other men. That's why
you don't know nothing about Anton.
I know enough about Anton to know that none of that was in his life. I know that.
You don't know that.
I know that for a fact. It's an example of how Anton lives his life. Because if he was raised with any type of masculinity or manhood, manalytics, he would have his wife with him on Corey's show, who I'm pretty sure Corey would have allowed to come on the show. Because that's his wife, right?
People like
right.
You
if he was a man, he wouldn't be traveling around with a chick that ain't his wife. If he was a man, he would have sit up there if he was a man, he would have sit up there and said to Corey, "You sucking the D of black people," to his face again. If he was a man, if he was a man, he wouldn't have let Fleece Johnson sex play him on his own platform.
No, he didn't.
Right?
No, he didn't. No,
so,
he didn't.
You know, I'm done talking about that. Which anything else you want to say?
Yeah, because like the problem with you so-called FBAs and men like you, like y'all very judgmental. Because
of course we are, man. Of course I'm judgmental, Hakeem. The Most High, listen here, Hakeem, let me tell you this, man. The Most High God, Yeshua HaMashiach, gave me the authority to judge.
You're very judgmental.
Exactly. Of course I am. I got a right to be judgmental.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not God. No, you don't.
I don't have to be God. I'm not God. I never said that I'm God. What I said was that the Most High God, Yeshua HaMashiach, gave me the authority, you the authority, us as men the authority to judge. Yes, he did. See, once again, another example of a young male not knowing what he's talking about, right? Because if you knew what you was talking about and you was a man, you would know that God, who created man in his image, gave man the authority to judge. It's just about if you're judging righteously or not.
You're not judging righteously.
Tell me how I'm not.
Because of what you said about Anton Daniels.
What I said about Anton is true, though. So that case, I'm judging, not only am I judging right, I'm judging exact and truth and righteously.
Your boy Red Supreme, and
you keep bringing up Red Supreme, man. You talking to me, bruh.
All of you so-called FBA tubers, like y'all wonder why y'all numbers are not growing.
I know why my numbers don't grow in the way like that. Because listen, I'm gonna tell you why my numbers are the way they are. Because I actually talk about real ish from a real perspective.
Because
I don't glad hand. Listen, let me tell you something, man. I don't glad hand. I don't talk about controversial stuff. I'm not trying to go viral. I don't do things out of character. I'm not willing to sell my masculinity or my manhood in exchange for views. A lot of these guys y'all see are big YouTube. They buy subs. They talk about, they do the very most unmanly stuff just to get likes and subs. I'm not willing to do that. They lie to these broads. They lie to some of y'all goofy ass males. I'm not going to do any of that. If I wanted to have I could be sitting up here. I possess enough game to where I could use that game in its very unnatural negative state. And I could use it as manipulation to get y'all girls to fund my lifestyle by simply telling y'all what y'all want to hear. See, I got what is called integrity, and I'm not going to do that. Right?
I mean, there is truth to that, but at the same
there ain't no truth to it. That is the truth in its entirety.
You
right?
want like you don't follow business.
I do
You
follow business.
want
Listen, let me tell you something. I do very good in my personal business. It's growing and getting better, right? So like I said, I'm just not a guy on YouTube. I do stuff in actual real life, right? And I'm not sitting here gonna lie to y'all. Like I'm not balling out of control. I don't be sitting here bragging to y'all about how much money I got in this affluent lifestyle that I'm living, or none of that, right? That's not important, right? I don't talk about that stuff. For one, it's none of y'all business. Two, it's just not important, right? I wear this same t-shirt when I go live. You want to know why I do that? Because I like to share my brother's brand. Shout out to my brother Al. We Believe Hip Hop, a Columbus, Ohio, born, bred, and raised independent hip hop media company. That's the stuff I do in real life, Hakeem. Right? I'm really out here in the streets for real, messing with real brothers, doing real things. When I say the streets, I'm not out here selling dope, committing crimes, living the life of criminality. I mean, I'm out here on the turf doing man's work, God's work to some degree and extent. Right?
I'll tell you who's doing God's work.
Who?
Charlie Kirk was doing God's work.
Okay, we
Myron was
done.
doing
We done.
God's
Okay.
work.
Anything else you want to say before we get up out of here?
I'm just
Land your
saying.
plane and leave us with your closing words.
I am. I'm closing my words. Like Myron is doing God's work. Charlie Kirk was doing God's work. Anton Daniels is doing God's work.
Right.
And a few others. Like the rest of you FBA YouTubers, y'all not doing God's work. FBA is a cult. It is.
I mean, that's your opinion. That's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. My thing is prove it. Like how I have been proven this whole time we've been live. How not only Anton, but guys like Anton are complete lames who are not men and might potentially be fun boys. And how I prove that.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
I do know that. I do know. Listen, I know that to be a fact. You want to know how I know? Because a man would never let another male sex play him. That's how I know. That's how I know that one. Listen here. This is how I know that he ain't no man, and this is how I know too that he highly potentially may be a fun boy.
Yes, potentially.
It's a strong possibility. Well, let me tell you what's not a possibility. It's not a possibility that I don't tell the truth. It's not a possibility that I'm a fun boy, that I'm gay, that I like males. I don't. That's not possible, right?
You keep talking about it.
That don't mean nothing. You got soft ass dudes that talk about gang stuff on YouTube all day. That don't mean they gangsters. A broken clock is right twice a day. Just because somebody talk about finances in an intellectual way, don't mean they do good in business. Just because somebody talk about player stuff and girls, don't mean that they get bras in real life. Right? It's very rare that you meet people who live the life that they talk about online. I'm one of those rare people.
I mean, I can't control women do. If women don't want to accept you, I mean, that's on you.
Yeah, but see, there's a reason why women don't accept you, though. There's a reason to that.
I mean, that's on women if they don't want to accept.
No, that's on you if women don't want to accept you to an extent.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's on you. It's on because if you're a closet, listen here, if you're a closet homosexual fun boy, maybe that's the reason why chicks ain't feeling you, because they and the females, especially grown women, they can tell when that fun boy energy is on you. They know.
And just like women be bisexual too.
Yeah, they do.
All that, like licking guys' backsides and fingering back and fingering.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about all that.
All that. That's not
masculine. I ain't into that. I ain't in that game.
Masculine. That's not masculine
at all. I agree. Listen, Hakeem. That's something that we agree on. I 100% agree with you on that. There's not a woman walking planet Earth that can tell you any such story of me.
Like that's not masculine
at all. It's not masculine at all. That ain't what we talking about, though, right? But like I said, though, and this is, land your plane, in your closure.
I mean, I'm kind of done talking. I mean, but my point that I'm making is that you FBAs, like, y'all wonder why y'all can't get nowhere, and y'all having a certain.
You keep saying we wonder why we can't get nowhere, but we're getting somewhere. They're talking about FBA talking points in the mainstream media now. That's pretty successful.
You guys will never get reparations.
I mean, I agree with you. I don't think we ever get reparations. Does that mean that we should put any endeavors to get it? No, absolutely not.
Other than that,
Listen here, just because I think that don't mean it can't or won't happen.
yeah, it's not gonna happen.
I
Good
mean,
luck
you
with
can say that, but that's the thing, like you said earlier, that we just don't know that, right? We just don't know that. And reparations doesn't necessarily have to be monetary, right? But the reparations we talking about money. We talking about financial, compensation. Yes.
And
Not
I'm gonna
because
say
we're
this
looking for a
before I
handout,
go.
because it's actually due. It's actually due. It's actually owed.
I'm gonna say this before I go. I'm gonna say this before I go
Right.
because like people like you see color, people like you see race. I don't see race or color. I'm willing to date anybody in any ethnicity, like because I don't have a preference. I don't
I don't
see
have a
color.
preference either, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm more attracted to, just because I've been dealing with black women my whole life. But trust and believe, if I met an Asian, a Latina, a European, African, whoever, and she was a woman and she got on my program, followed my leadership and my guidance, and trust and believed in me to preside over her life, I don't give a damn where she was from or what her skin color was. That's the chick I'm gonna pick every trip.
Would you?
I just said yes. I mean, I literally just said that.
But you like primarily attracted to black women, though.
Yes, of course I am. Most black men are. Most of us are.
The majority of black women prefer the small minority of men. The majority of black women are with the
No,
small
the
minority of
majority
men.
of black women, let me correct you. The majority of black women only go for a certain or pregnated by a small percentage of black men. Most black women deal with black men on any level, any percentage, any group amongst us. If you see a black woman in a relationship, more than likely she's going to be with a black man, and vice versa for a black man.
Okay, do something about the single mother epidemic. Do something about that.
The single mother epidemic is something that's out of my hand. There's nothing I can do to change that besides, outside of across the board.
And I'm
That's a
last question.
policy thing, man. That was an agenda thing. That was like a what we call a silent weapon. If you know anything about that, that's what that is.
And last question before I bring this up too. Then how come like successful black men? How come most black women don't want to choose the good black men? Tell me that.
I mean, there's lots of reasons for that. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day.
Which proves my point. The majority of black women are with the small minority of black men, which proves my point. They only go for those type of men. They don't go for
That's
the good
not
black
true.
man, which proves my point.
That's not, you didn't prove a point, man, at all. Most black women, right, don't go for the same, when I say they do, but most black chicks, females, most of them ain't women anyway. So you got to separate black females from black women. Most black women, if they're not married to a black man, they only check for black men. Now, black females, the black females is the ones that's pregnant by all the ninjas. These are the single mothers. You got a few women who may be in that, but not a lot.
It is
right?
a lot.
It's not. Most of the chicks that single moms, they are absolutely not grown ass women. I'm not saying that there's not any, but it's not the majority. The majority of females, black, that are baby mamas, they're females. They're not women. Big difference. Just like most of y'all males aren't men. Most of y'all's males.
I don't concern myself with the majority. Like I'm a small
But
minority.
that's the thing. But you're not.
concern
No,
myself
you're
with
you're
the
a part of
masses.
you're a part of the majority.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not the majority.
You're
I'm not
32. Listen here. You're 32. You're black. You're single. You work in the middle class, and you don't have any children. Correct?
That doesn't make me lame, though.
No. Stop. You're black. FBA, whether you admit it or not or claim it or not is irrelevant. You're FBA, you're 32, you have no children, you're married, you're not married, you're single, and you work in the middle class. That sounds pretty much average to me. You're the average young black male.
Yeah.
But you just said that you're not. Ain't nothing special about you besides what God got for you. And that's not for all of us to know about yet, unless that's your lot in life. But as far as what you ain't nothing special about you, bro. You just like the rest of
Ain't
us for the
nothing
most
special
part.
about you either.
I know. I'm the one that tell. Didn't I just tell you I'm only smart enough to know how much I don't know? Didn't I tell you that I'm a small fry? Didn't I tell you that I understand exactly why I don't have a big platform, hundreds of thousands of subs like that. But at the same time, I am very successful with the amount of subscribers that I got. I'm monetized over here. I do business with a lot of my subscribers in real life.
Y'all
In
had the
real
same
life.
mindset. Y'all had the same mindset.
It's right. Why wouldn't we have the same mindset? We men standing on manhood, masculinity, and doing business with each other. Creating relationships, lines of communication, and logistics, man. That's what men do, Hakeem.
I'm gonna say this before I get up out of here. Anton Daniels, I support Anton Daniels. He's doing God's work. Anton Daniels is doing God's work.
I just
whether
disagree,
you
and
or
but that's
not.
your opinion, though. You have yet to prove how Anton is doing God's work.
He's doing a whole lot more for Black people than I'm not even gonna say his name, but he's doing a
Okay,
whole
so
lot
like I
more.
said, you have yet to prove that, because I could name a whole bunch of stuff Tariq has done that actually has helped and improved the Black community. I can't name one
But has
that
he?
Anton has done.
Has your boy Tyreek Nasheed, did anything for the
Yes,
Black
yes, he
community?
has. Yes, he has. Whether you agree with it or believe it is irrelevant. His 300,000+ subscribers tells him that. The people who support Tariq and the things he actually does in real life tells you that. I can't think of one thing that Anton got going on in actual real life that's helping anybody and increasing them, especially in masculinity and manhood. If you do, please put me up on game. I'll be the first to apologize and say, oh, I was wrong. See, that's what men do.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We'll holler at y'all, King, man. You have a good rest of your day, man. If you're somewhere where it's snowing, that be safe, man.
Yep, you too.
All right, young brother. Right.
Right.
Oh, damn, I didn't even realize you was still there, damn Patrick. I didn't even realize you was still in the queue. My fault, damn Patrick. Go ahead and land your plane and leave him with the last word, closing words, man. Unmute your mic.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was very riveting. That was pretty impressive. But yeah, but for the most part, man, I'm glad I came on the live stream, man, just to voice my few comments, man. But for the most part, I enjoyed it,
Right. You already know, man. Listen here, man. Dan Patrick, man, you one of my main supporters since day one. I appreciate that. You know, you're more than welcome to come on the platform. And the reason why I do the stuff in real life is so I could create a situation, you know what I'm saying, where brothers like you and myself and others can actually link up in real life and actually truly show what manhood and masculinity is when you see brothers linking up, you know what I'm saying, actually doing things in real life. So, you know what I'm talking about? That's a beautiful thing. And I appreciate your support. I appreciate you recognizing real and tapping in with the real ones, man. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man.
Thank you so much, man. Glad to be here.
You already know, like I say, man, this is y'all's platform, man. I'm just the navigator. I'm just the Nanye, man. I'm just a guy.
Right.
Ain't nothing special about me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a regular guy,
Right.
just like that. And I'm pretty sure y'all can tell that. You know what I'm saying? I went to work yesterday. You know, I had to leave early because they shut down because of the snowstorm. Understand me?
Right.
I got to go back to work on Wednesday, like most of y'all. I got a regular job on top of everything else I do. I'm a regular cat. I come from where y'all come from. We've been through similar experiences. I'm one of y'all, man. Right? I'm the type of guy that FBAs should be supporting. I'm the type of guy who should have 300,000 million subscribers, man. But I understand what it's going to take to get that organically. And I also understand that organically, being real, being raw, uncut, true, standing on manhood masculinity, that ain't going to happen. Not now anyway. Not now in 2026. Maybe back in like 2015, yeah. But as of right now, right? That's why it's up to y'all us, the people, to put those amongst us who y'all know are real, raw, and authentic and from amongst us. That's why it's up to y'all to like, share, subscribe, comment, support, financially contribute. Right?
Right. But like I
Right.
said, man, now y'all see my fat ass, man. So now I'm here.
All right, then, Patrick, bro. You already know, man. We'll holler at you. We're gonna be going live at 9 o'clock tonight. We're gonna be talking about the situation over here in Iran and stuff with the Iran threatening us with war and all that. We're gonna be talking about that later on. Some actual real, some super real talk later on tonight. So make sure you tap in for that, then, Patrick, man.
All right, cool, man. Peace out.
All right, brother. Enjoy the rest of your day, man.
I same to you.
You already know, brother.
All right.
Yeah. You know. And that's why I say, man, a lot of y'all guys had that very feminine mind state. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all equate popularity, likes, views, subscribers, shares. Y'all equate that with effectiveness or success. And I'm not saying that that's not true to an extent, right? But when it comes to a guy like myself, I understand how social engineering works. I also have a specific mission and purpose on why I'm doing what I'm doing, and to try to get rich off of YouTube ain't one of them. Now, if I could create a situation to where I could make a financial lucrative situation for myself, yes, that's cool, and I've done that, right? But I'm not trying to get rich off of YouTube. You want to know why? Because I know being my authentic self ain't gonna get me rich off of YouTube. I'm gonna have to tweak some things. I'm gonna have to be able to put some things at risk and scrutiny, and like my integrity and my manhood and my masculinity. And I'm just not willing to do that. So the people that rock with me because of me being my authentic self. And if that means I only get to a certain level, then that's the level that's meant for me. It ain't meant for everybody to have 1 million subs. Naturally, organically. Not everybody has 1 million subs naturally, organically. Especially talking heavy like how I talk. Right? So sit up there and smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Man, I'm glad we had this show today, man. I really didn't mean for it to even go this long, for real. Be honest with y'all. But there's certain things that we got to do and we got to discuss when we have a certain topics of conversation, man. And Hakeem is a representation of the mindset of a population of young Black males amongst us, which we absolutely cannot have. But we have to analyze it. We have to analyze it. We have to critique it. We have to put it on display so we can see it. And we can show ourselves how rampant this is amongst our young males, man. And this is why us as men have to be involved in our sons' lives. If you got sons, be involved in your son's life. Show him the things of being a man. And if you ain't all the way there, go get you some therapy. Develop a relationship with the Most High. Get your finances together. Get your health right. Right? You know, improve your interactions and your relationships with the females, the women in your life, man. So you can give your son some manly, masculine manhood game so his analytics can be right. When he just does become a man and he don't grow up to be no goofy dude like Anton or Anton in training like Hakeem, right? Thinking that it's okay to let a man sex play you. Thinking that it's okay to sit up here and lie to chicks and stuff, right? Yeah, man, we're going to get up out of here, y'all, man. With that being said, man, I'm going to leave y'all with this song right here, man. Straight E&E every day, all day, no days off, man. Right? Because although I totally agree with the sentiment of this song, you know, but I don't refer to myself as a king. Because, you know, when you ask me, man, there's only one king, man, and it ain't me. You hear me? It ain't me at all. You hear me? I'm just a guy, man. You hear me? But, you know, I understand the mind frame. I understand the sentiment by referring to yourself as a king, a king. I'm not the king, but I'm definitely a king. You did, created in the image and the likeness of one. Do you understand me? So how could I not display the same behavior? But that don't mean that I'm a king. That don't mean I'm the king, though. Understand the difference, y'all. We're gonna get up out of here. We'll see y'all later on tonight. Like I say, 9 o'clock. We're gonna be discussing Iran actually declaring war on us. Yes, no, maybe. Did they really do it? We're gonna talk about it, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's afternoon. If y'all out here in this snow, man, listen here, y'all. Stay in your house, man. Wait till it get to at least a minimum 2, man. Don't be out there trying to drive and that stuff and get stuck. And we ain't gonna be able to come get you because we gonna get stuck trying to come save you, man. It's below 0 temperatures across the Midwest. 10 plus inches of snow all across the Midwest, man. Stay your ass in the house. And we'll see y'all later, man. You already know what it is, man. You know what I'm talking about? E&E every day, all day, no days off. FBA all day, every day, no days off.
Running our lane, like a traffic, skip it over hurdle. Come on, let's track things. All paperwork with it. It's the back team. There's double up championship belt, like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on all of our black kings. All black everything. We got black tea. All black country man. I don't act green. No, I give you all you need. No more caffeine. Slow down the whole set. No more casting. Full targets off her back like a black thing. We keep growing up the game like a black thing. The girl got a problem with me, they can have me. I started to a pupper, now you got a drag queen. You can't stop me, you old as the lobby. This is past me, and I got it photocopy. Call them on film, full trash sloppy, trying to attack me, do a carbon copy. I said the heat like 70 blocks, and I charge for the up, me in a penalty box. Man, I'm killing the ops while I look at my watch. Oh, hands on deck like the top on the clock. Black force, with stack team. It's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lane, like a strap thing, skipping over hurdle. Look at track team, all paperwork legit. It's the back team, then double up championship belt, like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on black things. They catching glimpses of snakes. Devilish serpents with purpose to steal your cake. Smiling in your face while they got their eyes on your safe.
Man, I hate you, man. They do some wild
Switch up on your niggas like this numbers rolling down. Change that. Number for minutes still a grind like a pro. Take it for granted, she be going in the school. Put your plan in action, niggas teaching you the whole. Plan, calculated the steps. 2020, my vision, see my way to the check. Only way is up. I made my way to the steps. Look, only way to move is building kingdom shit. Niggas won't make a move, want you to bring shit. But God bless the child, they can hold his own. They when they give you numbers in the sale like a won't fall. Top anybody get you disrespect. These niggas on the edge, they be you to push. Water slow the sight up in that magazine. Saying bring a knife into American dream. Force black force, we the tag team. It's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. Easy, running our lane. With the traffic, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, there's double championship belt, like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on all of our